Okay, I'm live. I'm not sure if anybody can hear me or see me. Had to go live on this one. Let me get a second here. Let me know if anybody can hear and see me. And when you come in here, man, please hit the like button. We're going to have a very important discussion right here. I'm quite sure everybody knows what's going down. This boy Eisener's Tactical, man. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy New Year. I had to go live based on the events that just taken place down here. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Let me, oh man. Oh man, I woke up to this madness. What was crazy is, didn't I just do a video not too long ago on everybody wants to be in America but doesn't want to be American. I ain't trying to make this shit up, but I think y'all remember. Yeah, let me see here. See live. I'm trying to figure out how to. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, man. Where's this thing at? Oh, here we go. Man, my internet ain't on. Oh, there we go. All right. Can everybody see me here? Okay, look, free TV, try it, free, no thanks. Oh, what's up? See, Lamar Watts, love your content, brother. Okay, right on. And Jay Keith, yep, I see you. Okay, y'all can hear me pretty good. They said the attackers from Texas. Yeah, the attackers from Texas. They just dropped he's some of those little singing dudes, Ali Jabbar, whatever. I don't know, man. I don't even. He doesn't even deserve respect to even have his name said right. But yeah, dudes from Texas. He was a citizen. He had prior arrests for driving on suspended license and stuff like that. He's a bad guy. And I just saw another report. The gun. He had a long gun with a suppressor on it. Is coming out now that they by the way, rest in peace to all people who lost their lives, and God bless the people who are fighting for their life. 5 more people have just passed away, so now the total is up to 15 dead, unalive. Excuse me, YouTube unalive. So it's up to 15, and this is just absolutely terrible. Yeah, man. When y'all come in, man, please hit the like button, help the algorithm out, help the channel out, all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna let people get up in here. But let me just drop some information what I know. Last night we were partying, at the house basically. So let me back up. So in the daytime, I did a couple things, but we went down to the Sugar Bowl parade. It was in the French Quarter, and we went down there. I didn't really see anything. No, I'm always having my head on a swivel and paying attention to what's going on. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. All I saw was a whole bunch of Bulldog fans, Georgia Bulldog fans, and saw a lot of Notre Dame fans. But it wasn't nothing really out of the ordinary. I mean, the police commissioner Kirkpatrick, she's having a rough time, man. You got to figure she just had right before Thanksgiving, she had the second line, had a mass shooting there, and another mass shooting in the French Quarter. Well, it wasn't a mass shooting. The guy went down there and targeted shooting, and then you got this, and then and she's trying to get everything put together because the French Quarter has been going under construction because they're trying to get ready for Mardi Gras, the Super Bowl. They got all this stuff they're trying to get ready for, or Super Bowl first, then Mardi Gras, and they've been trying to ramp everything up. And they just had Taylor Swift come through here, and nothing went wrong on that. So she's been having a rough time, man. The attacker of Texas, yeah, he's Sheikh Charmer. Why Black Americans do not care about Black Africans? We are same, bro. Man, I don't know the hell you're talking about, dude. They know who these people are. Black Scout Survival is doing a video now saying the guy was a military veteran. Yeah, I'm sure he was, but they're saying this is a terrorist attack. So here's the thing: what I do know. Whenever the FBI get involved, yeah, it's more than just a random dude out there and trying to mow down people and all this kind of stuff. He was linked to some other people. They found some IEDs all throughout the French Quarter. The bomb squad was down there. ICE is down there. I don't see. This is when you know it's really getting sticky. When you got ICE down there, you got the bomb squad, FBI, Homeland Security down there. You got the counterterrorism department down there, and the press conference they put out was conflicting. The mayor, the chief said no, it wasn't terrorism, and other reports said it was. But then they had a lot of Fox affiliate reporter who was an ex-FBI agent. She basically flat out said this is straight up terrorism, and she brought some good facts up. Ronnie Vaster, as in a good contact eyes and ears. Yeah, man. You want to go? Okay, yeah, man. Make sure you hit the like button, man. When y'all come up in here, help me out. So basically, this is what I know. They found IEDs throughout the French Quarter, and that's why the Dumont and I'm messing these street names up because I just moved down here, but Bourbon is where the incident happened. But they blocked off a whole bunch of areas, and people couldn't figure out why are they blocking all these areas off, because they're finding bombs, man. Man, this is scary. So again, update on the casualty. It's 15 now. 5 just passed away from their wounds. Very, very sad. My daughter is in Texas right now visiting her friend in McKinney, Texas, and she said that a friend of hers cousin lost her life. Rest in peace to her. She was one of the first original 10 that went down. So my daughter she's already being affected by this indirectly. Her friend's cousin. Still matters though, man. Life is life, right? Greetings from Abita. Okay, right on. KP Heathen. Where's Abita at, by the way? I mean, up me up on something, man. So yeah, so we got 15 unalive. Multiple people injured. I guess one of the students that got unalive is a Georgia student that came to watch the game. This is flat out terrorism because we've been paying attention to global geopolitics. I'll be trying to tell y'all. So in Germany, some shit popped off last night too, and in New York City, all this happened at the same time. New York City, a guy pushed a lady off the platform of the subway. I don't know if y'all heard about that. James Long. Good afternoon, Mark and family. First and foremost, love. Hell yeah, for the family and friends of all the people killed, unfortunately, still passing away from the injured. Yes, sir. Right on, James. And always show love for the victims. We have to do that, man. You know, and so this is definitely a terrorist attack. I think we can go ahead and just go ahead and flat out say this. This is not just a random dude just drove it. And first of all, now they're trying to say, how did he get through the barricades? Because someone had to move the barricades for him to get through. Because I don't know if y'all been in the French Quarter. They got barricades that can come up out the ground to block streets off, so people can't drive cars, so people can walk and drink casually across the street and stuff like that. So now it's like, oh, KP here. I'm just north of you by Slidell. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know all the little cities and towns around here, but I know where Slidell is. I heard it's a pretty nice community. They do a really big Christmas thing out there, parade for the kids and all that kind of stuff. It's really a festive place from what I hear. And I think they had a gun show there recently. But yeah, so I guess they're trying to say, how did this dude get through the barricades? And did he have help? There's a lot of questions, man. It's going to be a lot of people got to answer some questions on this one. 2 police officers got shot, from what I'm understanding. They're going to survive their wounds, so they're going to be okay. But man, you definitely right all the way, boy. That's a terrorist attack. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you just got to figure that. I was telling you guys, like, Americans, our criminals, they are not on this intellectual international scale. We're just not on that level. I'm not saying we don't have smart criminals and we ain't got intellectual criminals. We do. They're all in prison, unfortunately, though. So a lot of the brilliant criminal minds in our country are locked up. Okay, so these guys are coming from. They're bringing all their stuff to this country to terrorize. Remember, man, people don't like our country. I don't know why people don't feel me on this. People hate America. People hate Americans. People hate our way of life. And so when they come in here, they're coming here to take what we consider our freedom and our rights, man. And then, you got to think about this, man. New Year's, right? New Year's Eve. All these people come down. People come from all around the world to New Orleans. New Orleans is an international city. New Orleans is probably, when you talk about, I think it ranks 7th on most popular cities in the world, man. We ain't talking about just the United States. New Orleans is a worldwide iconic city with tons of history, culture, churches, museums, music, arts, fishing, wildlife. This is a very, 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 very popular city, New Orleans, Louisiana. You know, so when people come here, they come here to have a good time. So it doesn't surprise me that a terrorist group will want to come strike pain in New Orleans, and they know any given weekend in New Orleans is something going on. Whether it's football games, there's tons of football teams in Louisiana, college football teams, New Orleans Saints, the Pelicans, jazz, music. So these guys come over here and they want to disrupt that. You know, so they want to take that freedom away. Because remember, I just did a video saying everybody wants to be an American but doesn't want to be American. And it's really foolish that Americans talk shit about America and complain about stuff. And people from other countries, they don't have these freedoms. They can't own guns. They don't have cable TV, internet. They can't speak out against the government. They can't say, oh, Biden's an asshole, or, you know, or Trump's an idiot. We can do that. We have the right. We can talk bad about our president. We can say whatever we want. We have that right, freedom of speech, all these freedoms. And, man, and that's why I keep telling y'all, man, embrace your country you live in. If you don't really want to be here, get out of here, because otherwise you're bringing our country down. These got people over here they're not coming here to play games, man. And that's why you need to arm up. Now, I'm not touching it, YouTube. I can show it, but I can't touch it. But that's why you need to arm up, man, because anything could happen. Now, I was just down there early that day for the parade, and the parade went off without a hitch. And so I'm just thinking, but I don't go out at night. So this never would have, I could never have been a victim at this scene, because it happened at 3:15 in the morning, which is not really late to be out on New Year's Eve or New Year's if you're young, vibrant, having a good time, came in for the Sugar Bowl, you know, came in to celebrate New Year's. No, 3 a.m. that ain't late in the French Quarter. That ain't late at all. No, man. So those people, I don't want to hear nobody saying, well, why y'all out that late? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. People have the right to enjoy themselves and have a good time. Let's not do the victim blaming now. We ain't going to blame this on the victims why they out late. Clearly, there's a lot of people out there. I'm going to do a video. I can't put it in on live, but I'm going to do a video. Yeah, he was an Army vet. Yeah. He's an Army vet. He's an Army vet. In U.S. Army, right?
Yeah.
U.S. Army vet. And so there you go. Now, I touched upon that, how we got people in the military that are selling our country out. My wife just dropped some information. Yeah, I think somebody else already said he was an Army vet. Yeah, he's an Army vet. But that's what, even inside of our military, we got scumbags in there. We got people that are actually doing treason. They are not doing what they're supposed to be doing and using that military shield to do things, infiltrate, get weapons out of the armory, sell them to terrorists and stuff like that. And there's another case that popped out of a military dude that was selling guns and stuff like that. So this doesn't shock me that this dude is former military, and that's why we are in this fucking hellhole we are in, because we've let too many people in. They're already here now. Now it's too late. They're in law enforcement. They're in the military. They're in the university level. They're everywhere. They're in TSA. They're in every entity of every sector of our country now. And so when they want to activate, and I call this an activation, when they want to hit a button, they don't have to go running and scrambling. They just activate, go grab their guns, and clearly they must have walked the area and put the IEDs in, because they found IEDs. They're finding IEDs right now. That's a war zone. That's a terrorist attack. IED, man, most Americans don't know how to build no IED. Now, when someone doesn't know what an IED is, that's an improvised explosive device. My nephew, who's in the Marines, he got blown out of a Humvee by IED. He's medically discharged now, and he was in Iraq. So IEDs are very deadly. There doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to make these things. They're dirty and they're very dangerous, and they can take lives, man. So the mere fact that the bomb squad is still down there and all these streets are blocked off, this is huge, man. And every minute goes by that a street is blocked off in the French Quarter, that's thousands and thousands of dollars. Just like recently, Cafe Du Monde in the French Quarter, the next door, a floor fell, and they had to shut Cafe Du Monde down. And they said just the 8 hours that it was shut down, they lost something like around $16,000. So that's how many fucking beignets they sell down there. But yeah, man, this is crazy, man. Keep your eyes and ears open when you in the parking lot, if you hear tires squealing, you better watch out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, country. Citizen 2A says, and crazy, stay safe while you're out there. I know I don't have to tell you, but I'm just saying, are you right? You're right. I mean, yeah, tell me to be safe. I'm definitely going to take that. Are they going to ban Chevys and Fords? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, facts. You were cooking on that last line. American anti-nationalism is basically what it is. You're right, the Frozen one. Weirdo Evo, yep. The Reaper. He had an ISIS flag in his vehicle. Yes, sir. He had an ISIS flag in his vehicle. I forgot to mention that. He had an ISIS flag in his vehicle. And I think that now more stuff is coming out. Oh, KP Heathen, my son's a Marine. Right on. My son's in the Army, KP Heathen. He's in South Korea right now. I'm having a feeling that this is going to come to red states, governors getting with retired military and law enforcement men and women to look into deputizing them to help with illegal criminals. Absolutely. Real quickly, when I was in Texas doing a job many years back, there was an active shooter that Fort Hood. He was a military guy, shot a bunch of people, and I was at the gas station, and the sheriff deputized 4 or 5 civilians right there on the spot. So yeah, they can do that. They used to do these same attacks against us when I was in Afghanistan. Yep, Reaper, yep. Here in Tulane County, or Tulare County, they caught a guy, military manufacturing and sales of guns. My wife's ex is on a probation or manufacturing guns. Machine gun ex-military works on the military base. Yeah. A judge covered it up, concealed his record so he could continue to work. Yeah, man. We got corrupt officials in every entity, and that's part of our problem. We got to weed these people out of here, and that's why I keep telling people when you're at work, shut your damn mouth and shut your mouth, open your ears, open your eyes, keep your mouth quiet, because you can find out a lot of stuff about people by just listening, and without even saying anything. Make sure y'all can still hear me, man. Y'all can still hear me, I'm sure, right? Let's see here. Judge said, do some diff, stay frosty means stay aware. Yeah, man, definitely got to stay aware. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever celebrated New Year's in New Orleans or Louisiana. Let me tell you right now, fireworks are legal. Last night, man, they were popping shit all over the place. My neighborhood was damn. You would have thought this was a bomb zone, man. It was boom, 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 man, just fireworks all over. My neighbors set up a bunch of them. They were cool. We went out there and watched them. But I heard gunshots too. I mean, I'm not sure they were shooting people, but people were shooting guns for sure. I heard a lot of gunshots. Is this bullshit? This is bullshit. Yeah, official Admiral Kim, this is straight bullshit. Yes, loud and clear. Thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate that. Happy New Year, official. Yeah, Happy New Year to all you guys too. The fact that this happened right before the big football game could have been a precursor to a bigger attack by distracting our resources to focus on what just happened. But absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It could have been a precursor. But here's what's even more crazier. I was just telling you guys how these international criminals, and even though this guy sounds like he was in the U.S. Army, but he's not originally from America because his name alone says that. And they're not afraid to shoot it out with the police no more. He shot 2 cops like it was nothing. And they said he was shooting randomly, pop, 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 pop. But when the police came up to him, he just like shot right at him. And that's another indicator that they're not American homegrown. Americans don't traditionally shoot it out with the police. They took the bold and open about the dude. What it says? They too bold and open about what they do because of lack of accountability. Absolutely, there's no accountability. They canceled the Sugar Bowl, the Frozen one. Yeah, no, that's not necessarily true. Maybe they did. The last report I heard they postponed it, but let me know if y'all got an update that they canceled it. But I heard they postponed it because the FBI took over the security. So the FBI has to clear it. Yes, sir. Andy Took. Yes, sir. Denham Springs, Louisiana. Right on, man. Happy New Year, Andy. James DeLong. Yes, sir. We can hear you well. Oh, my neighbors started at 7 p.m. through 1 a.m. fireworks. It was a cool thing to see all the colors in the sky. Yeah, man. It just put a damper on everything down here, though. There's all kinds of sleeper agents in our country that facilitate and enable stuff. We didn't learn that. We didn't learn our lesson from 9/11. We sure didn't. It says postponed for at least 24 hours. Now that's crazy because these hotels and these people came down for this game. What they gonna do? They gonna have to pay another night to stay because the game's postponed. So this is horrific, man. This whole game is gonna be dampered by this. The game is gonna be tough. The players just got to go out there and play and do what they do. But it's gonna be you got students that have passed. This is bigger than a game, man. This is life. So, and that's why they did it. They did this intentionally to disrupt our way of life, man. Anybody paying attention, bro? This is New Year's. Nobody, no, even our worst of our worst of our worst don't do nothing like this on New Year's. And so they picked this, and who knows what's around the corner? Like the gentleman said, he said, who knows if there's something else that's going to come behind this? Like maybe like this is a huge distraction for something else that's going to go down. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. But I just want to jump on and reiterate the simple fact that everybody is not proud to be American. Everybody is not proud to be American. Everyone does not uphold all the things that this country was built on. They're not proud of it. Is there some things that happen in our country that are ugly? Absolutely. But it's still a great country, man. You still could come to this country. If you're born in this country, you still have more power than 3/4 of the globe. So when people say, oh, this sucks here, how you going to do in Bangladesh? How you going to do in South Korea? How you going to do in Vietnam? How you going to do in all these other countries? How you going to do in Bosnia? How you think life is over there? No, Steve, when you got it too good, you forget how good you got it, and then you start thinking that you are entitled to things. You see what I'm saying? And I've never had that type of attitude, being entitled. Maybe because I'm African American, born in the South Side of Chicago. My mom was born right here in the state of Louisiana. My dad was born in Arkansas. They worked themselves out of the South to the North, bought property, homes, get businesses. My mom owned a business for 20-something years. That hard work, that fortitude, that belief. My mom was born in 1927. She's not with us no more, but my mom was born in 1927, and she had it rough growing up in Louisiana as a young African American kid. And she never once taught racism, hate, or all that kind of stuff. She always said, work hard for what you want, do things the right way, do it right the first time, so you don't have to come back and do it again. Treat people how you want to be treated. Never, ever discriminate against somebody for whatever reason. And God is always ready to have your back in tough times. So I grew up with all those kind of principles, man. I ain't grew up with none of this hate and hating on somebody to this day. I still don't hate on nobody, man. So I see people have, things that I may not appreciate or don't have a strong approval for. I don't go around like, talking down on people and all that kind of stuff. And I know there's people in this. I know there's still Americans that hate Americans. But what I'm saying is that we need to stop that, because the world is watching our divisiveness and they're feeding off of that. They're feeding off that. They're working off of that energy, that negative energy that we have toward each other. So when something like this goes down, most Americans don't really come together, man. It's like we only come together for our own, but we need to come together for the whole country, man. It's just really sad, man. This is a really terrible thing right here, man. Let's see here. Early in the news, they said that they would block off. Let me see. They would block off. Say, yeah, you a good man, Tack. Yeah, right on, country. God bless you. That's wild. Yeah. Salute to Chicago, bro. I'm from Gary, and my dad was born in 1924, World War II veteran. Man, shout out to your dad. Thanks for his service. Rest in peace. Yeah, man. James Long. Yes, a huge damper on starting the new year off. Horrible way. Let's all stay together, stay strong for each other, show love, and help those who need it, and that we can help save who we can. Yeah. Be advised, all cities that are deemed sinful to Islam is under scrutiny. Man, all right, I mean, okay, whatever, man. That ain't got nothing to do with these people being mowed down by a terrorist, though. I mean, I ain't nothing against Islam and all that, man. But I'm just saying, I'm just thinking to the people that have been affected by this, man. This is terrible, man. What I'm getting at is that our country is a country of people coming together to create platforms and create neighborhoods and create sectors for our kids and our young people to look up to something. But if we are teaching our kids to not like our own freaking country, then where's our future going to be at? Where's our future? Now, I'm 56, so I'm just looking at it from a perspective of like, man, it was a lot of pride when I was growing up in the 80s in America as a kid in high school. I graduated high school in 1987, and coming out of high school, I mean, we didn't have that, man. We ain't had a lot of anti-Americans, man. Like this is wild how many people in America don't like America. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of how easy a group of haters, I don't give a fuck where they from,
I'm not gonna say where they from. I don't. This dude was actually from Texas, so he ain't no homegrown Texan, but that's where he resided. So for him to just do this, come on, man, open up your eyes, man. When you start seeing people around you that don't like to be in America, keep your eye on them. When you start seeing anti-American people, keep your eye on them, man, because those are the people that are gonna work against our country and pull off stuff like this. Now this dude had help. We can just cut through the chase. We're gonna find out a lot more later. Now the feds took over, so when the feds come up in here, they gonna figure this shit out quick. Cause the local police, nothing against NOPD, but it's been a rough 4 months for NOPD, man. They had a scandal with a mayor sleeping with a city council member, got busted doing all kind of crooked stuff. They had another city council member got busted on some crooked stuff. Then they had two back-to-back shootings. Now you got this, and we ain't even in January. We're just in January 1st. What is January 1st, man? And this is wow. I don't even been down here since October, and there's been so much stuff popped off down here. It is unbelievable, man. And that just goes to show how many people come down to New Orleans with good intentions, and how many people come to these big cities for bad intentions. Like I said, the guy in New York pushed the lady off the subway, and the other illegal set the lady on fire, and then you got Robert Brooks getting murdered in prison. I mean, these are people are doing this shit that are in America. You know, and you got, just think about that. This dude, Robert Brooks, man, rest in peace to that young man. I don't know if y'all saw the video on that. These asshole fucking blame ass fucking cowardly ass COs beat and tortured this man while he was handcuffed in a medical unit and killed this man. And what's going to be done about it is they should all be in jail right now, facing maximum sentence. But we all know that's not how it's going to go down. And as long as there's no accountability for people doing bad things, the international criminals are going to keep coming here and executing all their plans, because they know that most people in America don't like America. I ain't gonna say most, but there's a large percentage of Americans that don't like their own fucking country. That's sad, man. Because I tell you right now, some dude sitting in Turkey right now, he loves Turkey. Some dude in India, he loves India. But them same two cats will come here, get jobs, work here, and they'll have an Indian flag and a Turkey flag on their wall. They ain't gonna have no USA flag on their wall. So yeah, man, we need to come together quickly, man. Hey, what's up from Stubbornville? Yo, the blade too dope. Yeah, that blade is nice, man. Class of '87 here, brother. Oh yeah, Dosum Diff. Yeah, we just moved the game. Just moved the game to Atlanta. This stuff won't go down there. What are you talking about? Atlanta? They had a bombing during the Olympics. What are you talking about? Man, y'all crazy. You think that your city is immune to this? You think that this can't happen anywhere in America? Man, you need to wake up, bro. I ain't trying to insult you, but the fact that you said this stuff wouldn't go down in Atlanta got more problems than any fucking city in America. What are you talking about? Matter of fact, they're about to build a $90 million cop city to police that whole area. What are you talking about, dude? Shit always go down in Atlanta. Atlanta ain't immune to this shit. My city is changing before my very eyes. I've never seen or had anything like this happen to me in about 30 years of living. Nah, man. Is this NOLA Tactical? Man, I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. I've been down here and you ain't even tapped in or nothing, bro. What's going on? R.I.P. to Brooks. I saw that video, made my stomach turn. Hell yeah. If you see that Robert Brooks video, if that don't make your stomach turn, you ain't human. You AI. Yeah, glad I just got the Z-Pap M70. Right on. Get gas stations here. That's what the Indians get here. Yep. Yo, it's a lot of evil in this world. Absolutely. All the gays in Atlanta won't stop a nosebleed. I heard that. Man, I can't believe this dude said that won't happen in Atlanta. Atlanta always got some shit popping on. I remember in the Olympics, like I said, that was the one that opened my eye. Man, come on now. This could happen anywhere. And that's what I'm getting at. Is that kind of mindset. And then you saw the video I put up with the dude with the bopper, right? With the gun that's supposed to stop. This is what I'm getting at. People always want to say what won't happen and what can happen until it happens. I'm the opposite. I believe any of this shit can happen right now. This shit can come to my front porch right now. And that's why you got to be ready. That's why you got to have several firearms ready to go at any drop of a dime. And last night, I was locked and loaded last night. I had everything out. Shotgun, pistol, ARP, 300 blackout, had all that shit out ready to go just in case something popped off, man. Because you know all this fireworks and stuff. It's a great time to go ahead and try to take somebody out or do a strong arm robbery or do a home invasion. Because all the guns, all the fireworks and stuff, ain't nobody gonna really hear if it's a shootout, so to speak. So yeah, what's up, eyes and ears, tactical, well dressed. What's going on, man? Laughing my ass off. Don't even want to see that video, bro. Yeah, you don't want to. Robert Brooks, man, rest in peace to that young man. These guys will do that in Georgia or anywhere. They're not afraid of death. No, they're not afraid of death. No, man, they sign up for this stuff. This is what they do. That was a satire, people. ATL is a poop capital of the U.S. Nola Tactical. I've been working on the boat. You just got home. Coast Guard been keeping me busy. Haven't posting them up. No problem. Nola Tactical. I'll get with you. I got your number, man. Just hit me up. Exactly. Fireworks are the perfect cover. Bradley Hall. What was that sarcasm? Bruh, every black state in America is the bottom of the barrel. Man, I don't know about every black state. What is a black state? What do you mean by that? Because to be honest with you, black people only make up 13% of the population of this whole country. So what state is black? I ain't never seen one, to be honest with you. All the COs need to be put in prison. General population, not protective custody. Yeah, Jay Lucky, you right, man. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Like my man said, there's no accountability, man. There's no accountability. Now let's go back to this incident. Now let's play a little scenario. Now let's say if you was down so here's the other problem. The French Quarter does not allow firearms. Technically, you're not supposed to have firearms in the French Quarter. Some of the restaurants in the door, some of the stores and the shops, they'll have sign with a firearm with a line through it, no firearms. When I go down to the French Quarter, I carry me a firearm. I don't give a shit what the signs say. I don't give a fuck. Like when I went to the parade, I had my gun on me. When I went to the Christmas parade, I had my gun on me. When I go down there to eat in restaurants, I have my gun. Now, there's some that will wand you, and they actually do a pat down. I saw a couple of places they'll pat you down, like make sure you ain't got a gun or something like that. But a lot of them, they don't do that at all. They just say you can't have firearms. So they say yes, 100. Like you talk, I like to talk about it. Yeah. What's up, eyes and ears? I was locked and loaded last night as well. Happy New Year's. Yeah, man. Hell yeah, you better have been locked and loaded. Just to live in the country doesn't mean shit. Bad things can happen anywhere. Stay sharp, stay ready, and train. You right, James. You right. I think he means areas with large black populations. Oh, okay. You mean okay? So you're saying that New Orleans has New Orleans has a large black population. No, absolutely. Yeah, there are cities that have a larger black population. I'm from Chicago. It has a huge black population. It's not the majority of Chicago because I don't know if you've ever been to Chicago. Chicago is completely segregated. It's probably one of the most segregated cities in America. Blacks stay on this side, Puerto Ricans on that side, Italians on that side, Irish on that side, Polish on that side, Chicanos on it. It's completely segregated. It's not really a lot of diversity in communities in Chicago unless you go downtown or you go Forest Hills and the rich areas where Ferris Bueller was filmed and all that kind of shit. Yeah, not even 1 million black folks in my whole state. Yeah, no, of course not, man. I remember years ago hearing rumors that former military were willing to train criminals in military tactics because they feel unappreciated after contract up or getting injured. Yeah. Recommended a good left-handed holster since you were lefty too. There's a lot of companies. I rock with Tier 1. It's expensive. Everybody know I got Tier 1 holsters. It's not for everybody. That price point runs a lot of people off. But one thing about Tier 1, they stand behind their product. Very sturdy, very solid holster, very well made, just built to last. I only got 2 concealed carry holsters. Technically I got 3, but I guess I can show this on YouTube. But this is my other one, a little small one. That's a Glock holster right there. But no tackle, man, carrying parade, Bourbon, and the quarters. Hell yeah. I'm in AZ, bro. We're pretty strapped here. Oh yeah, Arizona for sure. I know about Arizona. We definitely need to be vigilant. There's this 9 milli go hard. That's a tight ass name, by the way. 9 milli go hard. We definitely need to be vigilant and more aware of these types of attacks. May become more and more prevalent. So we do need to train them. Also from Chicago, then Dago, now in Memphis. Dang, man, we kind of from the same spots. I'm from Chicago, but this is where I lived my life. So I was born in Chicago, Illinois. But my grandma, before she passed away, she lived in Castor, Louisiana. So in the summers, we would go to one set, my grandma on my mom's side in Castor, hang out there. And then my other grandma lived in East Moline, Illinois. I don't know if I know what East Moline is. The Quad Cities, Davenport, Bettendorf, Rock Island. So East Moline is right there. It's like on the border of Iowa. And so we would go there, and so my grandparents there. And then eventually, when my grandma got sick in Castor, we moved to Monroe for a couple of years, and we would drive to go visit her until she passed away. And then we went back up to Chicago. And at this time, one of my older brothers was stationed in Treasure Island in San Francisco on a base out there. He's in the Marine Corps. And he said, hey, Mom, why don't you bring the boys out here? And then my other brother, we were close in age, 4 years apart, and we were the youngest of the family. I come with 7 siblings. And then we moved out there, and that's how I got to the Bay Area. Grew up there pretty much, and then 7 years ago, I moved to San Diego. So that's my little, then I moved here recently. Well dressed. We the people holsters, good holsters. Yeah, we the people make, there's a lot of good, that's one thing about me, man. I don't tell people what to buy. He just asked me what's a good left-handed holster, and I don't really have a lot of information on other holsters. What's up, Easy 7700? What up, bro? Happy New Year. James Long, imagine now, after this gun carry laws down in New Orleans going to change, either that or people in New Orleans are going to carry a firearm without mayor or governor say so. Absolutely. Let's touch upon that. That's a good statement. Someone said, Beltway Joe said, I bought a pancake holster off Amazon, and I can carry my 19 G22 with the light and forget it. It's there and only cost me $17. Absolutely. There's a lot of good holsters out there. I mean, they're all over the place. But let's touch upon that. So let's just go back real quick before I get sidetracked. So we're in the French Quarter. All of us, we're in the French Quarters. Like I say it, everybody on this feed right now on this channel. And make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all come in. Because if it's 48 people watching, it should at least be 48 likes. And I only see 3 likes. I mean, come on, man. I mean, help me out, man. Just hit the like button. It doesn't cost you any money. Just hit like. And then it helps the algorithm and, keeps things going. But let's say all of us are in the French Quarter right now. Let's say all of us on this feed, we walking down the street, boom, 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 boom. Now, I'm packing. Now, I know most of y'all are probably going to be packing too. This is where you're going to have to put up or shut up. So we're on Bourbon Street, we're walking, it's about 20 of us, we in a group, we have a good time. All of a sudden, we see a car squib, and boom, and just comes through the barricades, boom, start mowing people down. We jump to the side. What you going to do? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump behind cover. First thing, get behind cover, first of all, and I'm going to stay low, and I'm going to wait till my opportunity. Now, he gets out the car, I'm lighting his ass up. But you can't, I'm telling you, you have to be quick, and you have to be diligent, and you have to want it. Light their ass up. Now, if you are running and the car is chasing you, keep running until you find cover and get down low. But here's the key. If we all are running, scattering, running, and we all jump behind cover, and we're trying to take out the target, the terrorists, now we got to be diligent, because now we're talking about crossfire. What if you on that side of the street, I'm on that side of the street, and we shooting everybody's shooting. So this is where it can get chaotic and hectic, and this is where your training come in when you go to the range. That's why when I go to the range with my pistols, I don't be trying to train at 75 yards shooting a pistol. That all those ballistics they be saying on pistols and stuff, I ignore half of that shit. I do not need my pistol to shoot 75 yards. Can this pistol shoot 75 yards? Yes. This gun and this ammunition is going to be way more accurate than I ever will be in my life. So I train at 15 yards, okay? I'm going to try to get close as possible to take this scumbag out. Now, I'm not afraid. I'll die for my family and for somebody who's with me in my group. I'm not going to just sit there, cower up, ball up in the corner. No, because I got my gun on me. Now, my wife always says, like, well, what if we can't go in this restaurant without your gun? Well, then I go walk back to the fucking car and put it in my gun box and do whatever. But more than likely, I'm going to go to a place where I can carry my gun. I just won't eat at that place. And this is where I think he made a good point. The gun laws, people are going to probably be more diligent and be like, fuck that gun law. If I'm going to the French Quarter, I'm carrying a gun. And or people might stop going to the French Quarter. So this can go two ways. They can lose business, or you can get more people packing and say, fuck the law. Because I guarantee you right now, those cops that they shot, if they're going to shoot at police officers, what makes you think they won't shoot your ass? Come on, man. So you're going to have to be strapped almost I am. Everywhere I go, I'm strapped. But if you ain't, if you one of these people that believe you don't need a gun when you go to a certain area, I don't need a gun there, I don't need a gun there, you tripping. That's why I don't go to theme parks. That's why I don't go out at night. That's why I don't do nothing in large groups that too much anymore. And when I do, I'm always packing and I'm always looking for a cover. I'm always trying to be in a position where I'm up against this wall behind this building, or I'm next to this building, or I'm over here. I'm just not going to be just out in the open. And so if something pops off, I can't really get myself in a tactical position or find some cover. So a lot of times my wife, you think I'm tripping. I'll be saying, no, this dog is walking this side of the street. She's like, why? Because I see there's a cut through right there, or I see this, or I see that big truck parked right there, or because I'm looking at things that I can use for cover, man. I mean, it sounds hella paranoid and crazy, but that's just the way I get down, man. That's why I probably lived this long. Probably that paranoia kept me alive. Yeah, me personally, I large crowds. It's always a stick and move situation. If I have business and it's a crowd, I either come back or give it up. And yeah, right, for sure, true. Yep, bro, goes nowhere without my heat. Yeah, under any circumstances. You're right, Bellway Joe. Country Tactical. I thought you would go up to the perp and give him cookies and warm milk. Yeah, I got some warm milk for your ass, motherfucker. Yeah. Jay Lucky, yes, Americans are about to get booted and suited. It's time to wake up and stop worrying about sports and movies. Yeah, it's game over. Me and my wife been in gunfights more than once working at Spades, and that's right across the street from the Dome. Damn, man, you gotta tell me a story about that, Nola Tactical. I gotta hear that, man. Maybe you can come on a 2A podcast and then tell us that story about that, man. That'd be a good one. You have situational awareness. Yes, Miko 556. Yep. My brother took me to a Japanese grill style joint a few years ago, and then they had no firearm signs in the window. I carried it in there anyway. Hell yeah. Ronnie Vassar, do you have room right, bro? Do you have room right? I'm on the same page you on when it comes to down to my life and my family. Yeah, man. Man, you really, I mean, you really got to think about it. If this cat was in the Army, and he from Texas, man, Texas is dropping the ball. They've been dropping the ball too, man. They've been dropping the ball. They just, man, bad hands. I mean, maybe because they, that's why the Cowboys suck, probably. Don't hate me. I just don't take it personal. I know there's a bunch of Cowboy fans, probably. But man, Texas has been dropping the ball. The whole country's been dropping the ball. To be honest with you, we can't blame it on Texas, man. It's Texas got their hands full. It's a large state. A lot of people got the border right there. Governor Abbott, and he got his hands full. Every last one of these states has their hands full, and it seemed like the only places that are, I'm not gonna say, definitely ain't gonna say immune, but when I did work up in Wyoming and Utah, and I was in that area, Idaho, and I visited Montana. And that's another thing. If you're watching this video, try to get out. If you got kids, take your kids out west, man. Let them see out west. Take them, let them see Arizona. Let them see. Don't listen to all these fucking media reports, man. Let your kids see that beautiful country out there in Utah and Wyoming and Idaho and Montana, and take them up to the reservations. Let them see. I took my softball team, true story, to a reservation outside of Hemet, California. It's called Saboba. If anybody from California this feed, I'm talking about Saboba Casino Hotel. There's a reservation right there. So all the casinos in California are ran by Native Americans. So I took my team up there. We had a tournament up there, and I took them to the reservation. I wanted them to see, the reservation. And man, they were young. I think my daughter was like 12 then or something. And we drove to the reservation. Man, they couldn't believe what they saw. Man, it was all these brand down houses, rural, like no paved roads hardly. Guys were burning trash, kids were riding quads down the street, no helmets and all that kind of stuff. California has a helmet law, but in the reservation, the city laws don't apply. They can do whatever they want in their land. The federal government can't do nothing. That was part of the deal. So they don't have to even register their vehicles on their reservation. But when they come off that car, they're gonna have to be registered. So we drove them through there, let them see what life was like on the reservation, and they were blown away. And when we got back to San Diego, they had a whole different attitude, man, about complaining, throwing food in the garbage and stuff like that, ordering something and don't want to eat it. So it's something to see, man. So if you get a chance to take your kids out to the high country, that's what we call it, the high country, Wyoming, Utah, Montana, Idaho. If you can get your kids out there, even the Northwest is beautiful. If you can get them up to Oregon, let them see that beautiful country, state of Washington, beautiful country up there. And maybe to open your kids' eyes a little bit more, because I notice a lot of people don't really travel continent inside of our own country. For example, when people say they want to go somewhere, the first people say like, "Oh, I want to go to Cabo. Oh, I want to go to Jamaica. I want to go to Trinidad. I want to go to France. I want to go to Japan. All that stuff." When I say I want to go somewhere, it's inside of America. I want to see our country before I check out. I've seen most of the states, but I want to see other states. I want to see what Maine look like. I want to see. I've never been to. Have I been to Florida? I don't think I ain't been to Florida. I want to go see what that crazy state look like. You know, I haven't been to. I haven't been to the state of Georgia. I don't think. I've been to Tennessee. I've never been to either one of the Carolinas, South or North. I haven't been to really on the Eastern Seaboard. To be honest with you, my wife's from Connecticut, but I never been to Rhode Island, Connecticut, Delaware, you know, state of New York. I've never been there. So it's a lot of the East Coast states that I want to see, man. Like I definitely want to go to North Carolina because I want to go see the AP Trail. I want to go to the Appalachian Trail and hike around there a little bit. Not a whole through hike and all that shit, but just hike and see the land and the country, man. So I think that'll be another good thing that could help out our country if a lot of people go see different parts of the country, expose your kids to different terrains and landscapes, and then maybe it can open their eyes and take a little bit more pride inside of America, because a lot of Americans don't even leave their own state. I mean, I got friends in California. Them motherfuckers ain't never even left the state of California. There's people in San Diego who have never even been to LA. And that's only an hour and a half north. I mean, think about that for a minute. Somebody from San Diego has never even been to Los Angeles. And somebody from Los Angeles has never even been to San Diego. So a lot of Americans are just kind of locked in of where they lived and where they grew up at, and they never left. Even down here in New Orleans, man, I go into the Rouse's grocery store, you know, chop up a conversation with somebody, and I'm like, "Oh, where are you from, man?" "Oh, I was born in New Orleans. I was born in Orleans Parish, man." Yeah, okay. Well, hey, where you been, man? You been to California?" "No, man, I ain't never been out the state of Louisiana. Matter of fact, I ain't never been out of southern Louisiana." I'm like, "What? Have you ever been to the north? Have you seen Shreveport? Have you seen Monroe?" "No, I ain't never been. I've only been in New Orleans." I'm like, wow. And so that's good and bad, but damn, man, we got to get out, man. Let me know when you're ready to. I got a gun story for days working with these clubs and know. Yeah, man, I know no attack. That's what I'm saying, man. Connecticut and Mass, I don't even want to go there. Okay. I had a friend with the UMass, so, you know, Marcus Camby. I don't know if I remember Marcus Camby. He played in the NBA. That's my homie, man. But yeah, he played at UMass. I don't think there's a helmet law in Illinois. Unfortunately, in all other states, yeah, terrible. See, Mr. Get Active and Passive. AZ races, man. I had to stay out there for training. Many, man, Happy Valley Town Center, Scottsdale, and Yorkshire, but AZ does have beautiful views as far as hiking, but that's it. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not for everybody. I've been all over Arizona. I've been to Prescott Valley. That's where the little white supremacist group, what is it called? The Proud Boys or whatever. They headquarters is up out of there. That one dude who was part of the invasion of the White House, he was out that area. Come to VA. Oh yeah, I ain't been to Virginia either. It's one of the freest states. Yeah, I ain't been to VA, East Coast as far as it goes. Yeah, I want to go see Arlington Cemetery, man. I always pay respect to all. Whenever I go to a state, I go to a military cemetery to pay respects. That's just what I do. Country next. Yeah, I'm about to join NOPD. You about to join NOPD? Okay, well, hopefully you can make a change, man, and you know, do some good work there. Camby was an underrated player. Yeah, he was good. Hey, man, Marcus was a good guy. Bro, you know Camby? He lives in the Houston area. Yeah, I know he's from Houston. None of my friends. Dean Garrett played in Indiana with Bobby Knight. Played in the NBA. That's a good friend of mine too. I know a lot of NBA players, to be honest with you, quite a few. Not a lot of them are retired now because you know I grew up in the Bay Area, like Gary Payton, Jay Kidd, and Isaiah Ryder. I went to high school with him and all that. But yes, travel. These evil people want us to be scared to go anywhere. Travel, enjoy your life. Man, hit the like button when y'all come in. Definitely enjoy your life, man. Don't let these motherfuckers like box you in. But you definitely got to be armed, and you have to definitely be ready to protect yourself at a drop of a dime. That's the key part, man. So like now, let's just say this. Let me draw another scenario. So you're in the French Quarter, and you see this guy come in. Boom, he's mowing people down. Now, if you in an elevated deck in the French Quarter, have some restaurants on top, that would be a good position to be in where you could probably take this guy out. Again, if you don't have a firearm with you, one bad guy with a gun against multiple people who have no guns, he has the upper hand. He or she has the upper hand. We have to level the playing field. If not, make it unequal, make it more in our advantage. You know, we need to have way more people armed in these events. However, the training still has to be there, because if we're not training, And that's why you watch my channel. Like I do a lot of news reports. I do this. I do unboxing. Companies send me stuff. I do all kind of stuff. But if you notice, if you really pay attention to my channel, I go to the range quite a bit. I go to the range quite a bit. And then a lot of times y'all don't see a lot of stuff I do because I do a lot of dry fire stuff. Like on my walls right now, I got targets all up all over the place. I take them down because my wife don't like it. But when she's not in here, I'll put stuff on the wall and just do dry fire and drills and stuff like that. So you want to kind of always be, you want to be ready to go, man. You want to have that muscle memory of drawing and presenting, you know, bringing that gun up. And you want to always have multiple firearms around you. And definitely when you go out in the general public. So now it's got me thinking like, man, you might have to carry 2 guns in some situations, man. I know it sounds a little crazy, but do we need to start carrying 2 guns? Because I follow a guy on YouTube. He carries 2 guns. He carries big boy guns. He carries let me see what he got. He has a Glock 21, and then he has a Glock 30. Yeah, he has a Glock 21 and a Glock 30. And his theory behind it, he can feed the mags inside the Glock 30 if he has to, but the Glock 30 mag won't go inside the 21. But anyway, my point is that he carries both of them, and his theory behind carrying 2 firearms, he said, one in case of a malfunction, which makes sense, but if they're both Glocks, I really don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. But the other reason he carries 2, he said, if he was in a situation where he was running and he dropped a gun or something like that, or someone came behind and grabbed him or something like that, and took one gun and he can have the other gun and boom, and he can still defend himself. So he had a couple of good reasons of why he carries 2 firearms. Now those 2 big beasts right there, but he's a big dude. He's like 6'3", 230. So to carry the Glock 21 and the Glock 30, that's nothing for him. I'm a little more slender guy, so I don't know if I can carry 2 big, huge calibers like that. But I'm really starting to think about carrying 2 firearms, man, because this is kind of crazy. But I would have to buy something else because the firearms I got, I'll probably have to get a Glock 43X or something like that, or maybe I'll get a Glock 26 or something like that, because I already got the Glock 34 and I got the Glock 19, and that way the 26, all those mags can fit inside the 26. So I might have to reevaluate my purchases for 25, man. I'm really serious thinking about, I might have to get 2 firearms, man. I don't know about the 43X. I didn't like that. It was too slim. It was too thin. I got long ass fingers and stuff. It was just too small. But I like that Glock 26 because I have a Glock 29, kind of the same pattern, style. So I like the little chunkiness of the Glock 26. Dressed to Kill Tay, Dimcad, the OG. Yeah, Dimcad, right. Yeah, Dimcad is the one that carries 2 firearms, right. Dimcad, that's right, Dimcad. I forgot his name. Yeah, man, I'm at E6 in the Army. When I see your attack setups, man, you a bad dude. Your setups are nice. What shotgun sling is that you do use for the Fiachi slugs? I don't know, man. My slings, I can't think of the name of the company. Under Alert. That's the name of my firearm sling. I got a bunch of the Under Alert slings for the shotguns, man. They're really solid slings, bro. They're not expensive at all. And the good thing about the Under Alert shotgun slings, you can carry like 15 shells on it, but they send you a Velcro shell carrier strip, so you get 2 for 1. It's a pretty cool setup. Reginald is his name. Yeah, Reggie Dimcad. Yeah, I was applying for Border Patrol. I'm going to 2 gun. I need revolvers. Yeah. Well, the good thing about revolvers is that the shells stay in there, so you have to dump them out. And I guess they got moon clips and stuff. My buddy carries a revolver, and they got these moon clips, and he carries a couple sets of moon clips. So when he shoots out the revolver, he plunges them out, bloop, and he just slaps the moon clip in there. So that's something you might want to look into. Yeah, on point 2A. Yeah, that boy Tay, what's good, bro? Yeah, yeah. Hell yeah, carry 2 firearms, around 70 rounds total of 9mm and 380 ACP on me. Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, 4.25 carry comp, Ruger LCP Max. Yeah, there's a lot of options for carrying 2 guns. I was thinking about carrying 2 guns as well. 9mm go hard. For whatever reason, I get separated from one, I have another, assuming that the bad gun isn't around. Yeah, man. Bro, you got hands for Hellcat. I carry Hellcat Pro and Micro Hellcat. Okay. Is your son a part of the Attack Angels? Oh, what the hell is that? Is your son a part of the Attack Angels? What the hell is he talking about? Hit the like button. Yeah, man. Hit the like button. Y'all come in. Strap double tap. What's up, bro? I knew you was coming with this info. Yeah, man. I had to, man. Hey, when y'all come in, hit the like button, man. It seems like I should have more likes. Unless it's not updating or something. hit the thumbs up button. Maybe I'm not saying it right. Hit the thumbs up button when you come in, because if I can get 50, 60 likes off these views, YouTube, they'll keep fucking with me, man. Let me see here. Arctic Angels. What is he talking about? I carry a Glock. I carry 43X and Diamondback DPX 5.7 SBR. Whoo! Well dressed, boy. That boy, them 5.7s, man. One thing about them 5.7 rounds, if it don't hit nothing hard, that thing, whew, it's gonna keep traveling. That's like a little mini 5.56, man. That's a badass firearm right there. Them 5.7s. I ain't gonna lie. Glock 48 Slimline. Hey, Dr. T, thanks for typing in, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Tay, all you guys, Happy New Year. Hit the like button when y'all come in. Well dressed, tap that 5.7 is a beast. Yeah, so the two gun theory, because here's the thing, man, I can't show it, but my blade, I got a backpack for it, and it's not a tactical backpack. So if you're gonna be carrying your PCC in your backpack, that's just how I'm gonna start rolling, man. I'm pretty much cool. I might just carry my pistol now, and everywhere I go, I have my backpack with my PCC in it. That's just the way it's gonna have to be. So I can pull that thing out, man, get tactical and lay some fools down. Got the 30 round stick put up in there, have a couple of those in there. And this is the example. If you were out there last night and this popped off, what if they sent multiple goons, one barreling down one street, one barreling down the other street, and then they jump out the car and they all got fucking ARPs and shit. Man, you'd have been in trouble. You would have had way more casualties. So this might just be a sample of their saying, this is what we can do. We can send 6 or 7 goons into y'all downtown community and light up the whole crowd, because we know all y'all can't have guns down here, or we are so naive to believe, man, I'm just going to the Sugar Bowl game, man. I'm going down to the French Quarter. I don't need no gun on me. Is that kind of mindset is how these bad guys are playing off of that naive attitude that, oh, what do I need a gun for if I'm just going to the farmer's market? What do I need a gun for if I'm just going down to the Pontchartrain Lake to just go fish? What do I need a gun for? This is why you need a gun, because they're going to go for the soft targets. They're not going to go to no area where they're going to get resistance. Man, you don't even hear about these dudes going to a gun range trying to do this shit, because everybody got a gun there. You don't hear about these cats going into these really bad drug-infested, gang-bang communities. They don't go doing that shit down there because they don't meet resistance. Even the police don't do it. Nobody wants to fuck with somebody if they're going to get resistance. That's just a fact of the matter. Now, and how that can play in your advantage, if you're concealed carrying, and if you're watching this video and you out of state and you ain't got your concealed carry permit, man, you fucking around, dude. Go get your concealed carry permit. I was in California, all the guys I was working with, I got half of my team armed up now, buying shotguns and getting their concealed carry permits, because they watch my channel and they're like, damn, Brown, you right. This shit happen every day. This shit can happen anywhere. Whoa. I just applied for my CCW with the San Diego Sheriff's Department. Man, you have to get your CCW, man. I'm getting mine for Louisiana. I don't even need it, but I'm gonna get it so when I travel around to the other southern states, I'm good. But someone said get was it Dr. T? She said get the Ohio one, or was one of them she said to get. I can't remember what she said. Dr. T, which one was that? You still in here? What CCW? You said another state you should get it. Yeah, it's in all the places where they know people won't fight back. Well dressed, I love that you're touching base on this, because some people don't believe shit stink. Hell yeah. Oh, Utah. Yeah, Utah, Dr. T, yeah. That's the first thing I have to do this year is get my CCW. Yeah, on point 2A. Get that, man. Get that out the way, man. But yeah, Dr. T, right on. Yeah, so if anybody watching this, get the Utah one. And I think that one, a lot of states recognize that Utah CCW permit. A lot of states. I almost bought one. I looked into the ballistics. 5.7, great for camping or hunting. Backup. Man, 5.7 is good for anything. I just talked about it. What do you talk? Hey, James, what do you just talked about? You did a video? Did I miss it? James Walker is in the house, man. The Alert Zone. See, the Alert Zone talks about this a lot too, man. Shout out to James Walker, the Alert Zone. He's from New Orleans. He's a homegrown New Orleans boy, man. Grew up here. This is all he knew until he moved to Iowa. Now, the one thing about the Alert Zone, if y'all don't know who the Alert Zone James Walker is, go subscribe to his channel right now, The Alert Zone TV. Now, this guy brings fire when he talks about topics like this and being armed, women being armed, always having something on you, how you move and how you act. And his channel is based, he's giving you real live information on how to deal with certain situations. He just did a whole video on that young man Robert Brooks and how these guys have this immunity. They can do what they want. Now, the one idiot, they're supposed to turn all the cameras off. What he did was turn the audio off and left the camera on. So in the reality, we never would have saw the Robert Brooks video. We never would have heard about it. They would have just said dude died or whatever. And see, this is how you know that these guys are doing a lot of corruption. And I think James Walker, the Alert Zone, correct me if I'm wrong, he said something that that was really struck me in a core with me. He said that some states have, and quote me and check me if I'm wrong, James. He said that some states are trying to get rid of what is it called when you are wrongly prosecuted. So he basically said it's a difference from being found guilty and being convicted. So they can convict you, but you can actually not have pled guilty. So a lot of states will not overturn a wrongful conviction because they don't. It's so many of them. You see what I'm saying? There's so many wrongful convictions that a lot of states would have to let a whole bunch of people out because of all the DNA and things and stuff like that. So you have to pay attention to what's going on. So when you see a terrorist attack like this, you have to figure, one might surmise that did he have law enforcement help? Did he or she have military help? Did he or she have, what is that term they use, diplomatic immunity? You know, stuff like that. Like, there's some people who come to this country and commit a crime, and the local police can't do anything about it because they have diplomatic immunity. And so I learned that when I was in California about that diplomatic immunity. It's a lot of foreign Chinese nationals that have diplomatic immunity. Channel is what? It's the Alert Zone TV. It's called the Alert Zone TV. James Walker, the Alert Zone TV. Go subscribe to his channel. Me and James need to link up for sure, man. James is a good dude. The government is blocking my comments. Yeah, well, I'm sure they are, man. As I posted everything about 30 minutes ago. Okay, I'm gonna go check this out when this live is going. Hit the like button when y'all come in, man. Get the likes up. My computer's only showing 3. It's gotta be more than that. Because it may not be. I don't know. I'm not really good at it. It may not be uploading fast enough for me to see it. Yeah, Cybertruck explosion. There was a Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas. It's been a lot going on. But that ain't the first time that's happened. There was a I don't know about the Cybertruck, but there was a Tesla that blew up in La Jolla right before I left. And then there was a lady, the Tesla, the AI, whatever, went bananas and locked her out of her car, and she had her baby in the back seat. So they had to bust the window to get the baby out. All kind of, man, that electric shit ain't going. That shit is not gonna work, man. That shit is not gonna work. Great idea. You won't go wrong with the Glock 26. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get another. It's gonna be 9mm because I don't want to jump into another caliber. And I just thought about it. If I got the 34 and I got the 19, I got the 26. That'd be a great shit at the fan loadout because the one thing about the Glock 26, it takes all the Glock mags, the sticks, the 17, the 15, the 10s. It takes all of them. So that's what makes that 26 really, it's looking really good to me because I'm thinking like, wow, that'd be awesome if I had a 26 on me and a 19 on me. Oh man, dude, that would be a hell of a combo to be carrying around with, man. For real. See what somebody else say. James Alone said, yep, just like Florida CCW license, 36 other states that honor Florida CCW license, it does pay to have your own license until Trump changes that with his new carry law. It should just be, I think James Walker, again, I gotta keep bringing this brother up, man, but he's right. He said this should be across the board. It's just like if I can buy a gun in Louisiana, I should be able to go buy a gun in Texas without no problem, or I should be able to go buy a gun in California, no problem. I should be able to go buy. Once my fingerprints are cleared by one state, because now they got it all on the same database. It's AFIS, right? Automatic Facial Identification System. No, that's facial, but live scan. The live scan goes to the DOJ federally. So you can't have a warrant in California and don't show up in Louisiana. So I don't get all this. And certainly, if you're not a criminal, you're 18 and over, bottom line, you should just be able to carry a gun, period. With no license, no CCW. And then if you do want to go with the CCW, I think whatever state you got your CCW, every state should recognize it and cut all this bullshit out, man. This is why these fucking terrorists, because the bad guys don't do none of this. They don't do none of this. They don't got CCWs. They don't even go to the fucking gun range. It's crazy, man. Just like AZ CCW and AZ Citizens Defense League, yeah. Dr. T said, get non-resident permits for states that you may visit. That's a really good point. So what you're saying, Dr. T, like I live in Louisiana, I'm gonna be going to Mississippi a lot, and I'm gonna be going to Alabama, and I'm gonna be going to Texas. So what are you saying? I would have to have a CCW to carry in those states? I carry anyway. I don't give a fuck. But do you saying I have to have one? Walker says the alert zone says Iowa recognizes 42 states. God damn, that's a good one right there. Bad guys have no restrictions. Bad guys don't have no restrictions. Bad guys don't even take no days off. Them motherfuckers don't take lunch breaks. They don't take timeouts. They don't take naps. They are always on the prowl. And that's why you got to really kind of tip your hat to criminals, man, because they are diligent. They keep it going. It's the law-abiding citizens that sit back and say, I don't need this. Wow, what that's all about. Woo, 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 woo. The bad guys are always on the prowl, trying to creep up a new plan or a new way to violate somebody. They just stay on the grind all the time, man. And that's why I try to counter that by staying focused all the time, staying strapped all the time, staying ready all the time, having mags loaded up. An empty mag is a empty gun. If you got mags right now in your house, you watching this live, and your mags ain't all your mags ain't loaded, you tripping, bro. You need to load all those things up. And don't let nobody talk you into like, oh, well, the springs get weak and all that shit. Man, that's some bullshit. I got a buddy that in California, he had a Glock 19, he had a Glock 19 mag that was loaded for like, I don't know, he said like 8-9 years, and he just wanted to see what it run. Took that thing in the rain, it shot every fucking round out of that thing. Loaded up again, shot every round out of that thing. So that whole spring bullshit, that shit is whack, dude. Man, people be putting some fake information out, man. I mean, Jason, Iowa is recognized in 42 states. Yeah, I got you. I know what you were saying the first time. There are, 30 states now that have constitutional carry? Mm-hmm. Yep, look at the CCW reciprocity. I can't pronounce that word right now. I know what you're saying though, map. Yeah, there's a map out there that would you can tell you where you can go. What is it? Kingan said rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Man, for real. You can always just, figure all that part out, but the main thing you won't get back is life. I'm trying to see if another report came up on the shooting real quick. I'm gonna go over here to see because this is gonna be on the news all day long in Louisiana. This is gonna be a top story all day long. Man, this is terrible right here. Let me see if I can find something real quick. This is really, really bad, bro. So they say there's up to 15 now. 15 unalive so far. So it's some people are not gonna make it, man. 50 likes, bro. Okay, good, Jay Lucky. Okay, good. 50 likes. Man, I appreciate you checking out. Hey, if anybody want to be a moderator, just let me know. I'll make you a moderator. I got a few on point 2A. I got Jay Lucky up in here. So let's see here. 9 mil go hard. In the meantime, use USSCF proxy app if you have traveled with your firearm to tell you the laws as well and the laws with your currency. See, that's really smart. That's good. That's reciprocity. Okay, reciprocity is how you pronounce it, dear brother. Okay, I appreciate you. I mean, I probably could have figured that out, but sometimes I just keep it real, man. Sometimes I be tripping. I definitely don't try to hide my weaknesses sometimes. Yeah. The one thing I was gonna say is this: in your vehicle, I'm noticing this too, man. If y'all ain't got a lock box, like a pistol lock box or something like that, you need to have some kind of hard metal box with a cord comes out that you can wrap around the bottom of your seat well and keep that thing locked up and slide it up underneath your car. Now, granted, if somebody wants to bust in your window and have some wire cut and cut it all off, yeah, good. But you made it hard. Don't make it easy for them. Don't just stick a fucking gun into your glove box or underneath your seat. Man, you just aren't a bad guy. And so that's how a lot of these guns get into the wrong hands because people don't secure their firearms properly. They don't have safes at home. There's a dude that got robbed that I heard, and I was like, man, they bust into your safe. They pried it open. What they do? Oh man, I didn't have a safe. When you get your guns in the closet, just laying them against the closet, man, I couldn't believe that shit. People don't even have fucking gun safes, man, and they don't have lock boxes in their cars and stuff like that. If you got a truck, you can build some kind of system where you can have it mounted in there or tear out the back of your seat or whatever. Put something up in there, lock it in there, have it drill it up in there, and It's a lot of options. I got 2 lock boxes for one for each vehicle, but the PCC, I don't have a box for that, so that's where the backpack's gonna come in, and that's why that's gonna come with me every time I go out and moving forward. Because I carry 3 things with me in my vehicle every time I go. I have a go bag, or 24-hour bag. I have my first responder first aid kit, and I have my first responder first aid kit, and then I have my firearm. I have all that always in my car all the time. And then I leave the first aid kit in there, and I take the go bag out when I go in the house. But you need to have things like that in your car ready to go, man. What's the best for an apartment? What do you mean, like safe? You can get what's the best? Do not open carry. Someone might grab it. No, man, open carry, that's for the birds. No, you don't want to do that. Use an endorsed, the Stop Box Pro. Not electrical and still mad quick to get you your firearm. There you go. There you go. Dropping some knowledge here. You can get gun storage boxes and consoles in trucks and cars. Yep. We need to have James Walker said, we need to have our rights to be recognized nationwide like our driver's license. Absolutely. And that's another thing. We saw what damage he did with a vehicle. Let's go back to the French Quarter again. Let's go back there. So this guy mowed down 30 people with a car, but yet you don't want firearms down there. What sense does that make? So clearly a car can do just as much damage as a freaking gun can do in the wrong hands. So here we go again. Why are you trying to take the guns out of the law-abiding taxpaying citizens, people who are actually coming down to your beautiful French Quarter area to dine and drink and have a good time, and you don't want them armed? Clearly you, NOPD, cannot keep these people safe. Clearly. Now, and granted, I'm not saying that that's absolutely your responsibility, NOPD. But what I'm saying is that you are outmanned. You don't have enough eyeballs on the scene to say, hey, none of y'all need to have a gun because we're here. Yeah, right, bro. That's not how that's going to work. You guys cannot be at every scene, every corner, every nook and cranny of a downtown community and ensure everybody's safety. So the safety should be on the actual law-abiding citizen. It should be your responsibility to keep yourself safe, and that's why these gun laws, they're going to fall down. I think a lot of them are going to crumble when Trump gets in office. I really believe so. I really believe that's what's going to happen. Now, has anyone thought that possibly this could be a way of the crooks, the criminals? Maybe this is an international, maybe this is terrorism, but maybe the terrorists are sending a message to what's going to come next. Like, this might just be just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, they just chose like, hey, look, see, we can do this. We can push a button right now and mess up y'all whole scene. And they did. He did. This one guy did all that mayhem, did all that. Dude, think about that, one guy. So imagine if they deployed 20, 30 dudes all at the same time and to converge onto a scene. Anybody thought about that? Like, man, so the citizens will have to be the first line of defense, not the police. They will not be the first line of defense. It would have to be a civilian would be the first line of defense. So it's gonna make people start thinking about, like, it's not so much like, oh, I don't want to go back to the French Quarter again. It's gonna be like, if I go back down there again, I'm gonna be strapped. It's more of that, I think, what we're gonna see. And so I'll show you guys on a video later. I got a backpack that I'm gonna be carrying my PCC in, but it ain't gonna be tactical though, because I know people run around with camouflage bags and all that kind of stuff. You just saying you got a gun. I'd rather take my chances being shot than chased by a full-size truck. That's crazy. Yeah, man. They're gonna put us back on horses again, right? People are calling it. Let's see, Walker said people are calling it a assault truck now, right? They gonna call it an assault truck. Yeah. They don't want guns in the party zone and alcohol. Well, wait a minute now. So, I don't know if y'all ever been to Las Vegas. So in Las Vegas on the Nevada Strip, they don't allow firearms on the strip, right? But you can walk with an open container all day long, smoke weed and everything. So who's to say that in the French Quarter that a person can't? Let's put it this way. So here's the problem. This is why the law is fucked up. They're saying that if you carry a gun, let's say you're in the French Quarter. Let's just say you're in the French Quarter, right? So you got a gun on you and you drinking and having a good time, and then you have to use your gun in self-defense. Well, the DA is going to say, well, you can't have a gun and be drinking at the same time. See, that rule right there is kind of whacked anyway. I personally think that you should be allowed to drink and still carry your gun. I know people. What somebody's gonna say? Well, man, you're gonna be inebriated, and your bearings are gonna be off, and you might be shit faced. Okay, I get all that. But the bad guy don't give a fuck if you drunk or if you sober. So what's the difference? Criminals don't give a shit about that. So why should we have be putting so much stringent laws on people who are actually spending money in your venues? Me personally, I drink at home and have my gun all the time. But I wouldn't probably do that in public because I don't drink and drive. That's my own thing. I don't drink and drive. So that's just one of the things I don't do. But what I'm saying, I wouldn't be upset if a guy next to me with his wife minding his business, having a couple of cocktails, eating some good food, and you told me, hey man, he got a gun on him. That wouldn't bother me. That would not bother me one bit. I would be actually feel a little bit safer. As long as I know this cat is cool and he's with his wife and he got his kids. A dad got 3 of his kids and his wife in a booth eating dinner, and he got a gun on him. Hell yeah, I got his back. I think he should have that right to do that. I don't understand what this is all about, man. So we need to really pay attention to who we voting for. Let's see, too many people on money. Carter said, mess with the people's money, cartel, China, etc. They're going to try to stay in power. Yep. Vegas just blew up. Yep. I agree with you, bro. I'm just saying how they think. Yep. Trump had been talking about 25% tariffs on China. I'll try to do something about it too if I was China. Yeah. Also, Stop Box make a lock for long guns that also have a cable lock. Oh, so I'm about to look into this Stop Box. Yeah. Rules ain't law, right? Well-dressed tactical, LEAE. What do you mean by that? Well, is that an acronym or something? Law enforcement and anyway, yeah. Gary, I'm a sofa king. We taught it. Okay. LB, I use a laptop looking bag. Yeah. Let me show you this bag I got. Though since I can show the bag, I can't show the gun. But let me show you this bag I got. So this bag, no one's gonna know this is a gun bag. I can tell you that right now. I gotta take this stuff out of here, but this is the bag that I'm gonna use for my. It's real slim. It's slim, and it doesn't scream firearm. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't scream firearm, and you can have like a water system up in here too, because this is made for camping. Hiking. It's by Camelback. It's by Camelback. So this is what I was gonna carry the PCC in, because it doesn't scream firearm, and no one would never think that you would have a gun on you if you had this in your bag. So I'm going for bags like this for my PCC, something that doesn't scream firearm. So that's something I think everybody should take a look at. Is like, if you're gonna carry a gun in your bag, make sure it ain't camouflage and got flags and shit, and you go ahead and make my day stickers all on it and all that. Man, that's just gonna make somebody try to test you. Yep, very discreet. Yeah, it's a discreet bag. That's what I came up with that. With your approval, I can just post a link for the Stop Box. I don't care. Go ahead, man. Shit, go for it. Yeah, it's probably gonna help somebody save a life or something, or keep their gun safe. That's what we got to do. We got to help each other out. What I wanted to talk about also though is with pertaining to this unfortunate massacre down there. What can we do? How about this? Let me rephrase it. What would be the best solution to prevent something from this happening again? What could have NLPD done? What could Kirkpatrick, the police commissioner, what could she have done to prevent this from happening? Well, it's really there's a problem. We don't know if this is an inside job. And when I say inside job, we don't know if we had a rogue officer, because there's a lot of videos. There's a lot of videos coming out on YouTube, and some people are putting that because people busted their cameras out. That's the American way. But there's people who are giving testimony saying that there was barricades up, and they said they believe that he had helped some people moving the barricades out the way to let them come through. It wasn't like he drove through the barricades. Let's make sure we understand that he drove through people. He didn't drive through the barricades. The barricades were moved out the way, and then he drove through and hit the people. So in order for us to really get to the bottom of this, we have to find out who was his help and where was the help, and Was it NOPD or was it military? Or was this some inside help from some other people? Because we don't know, man. We really don't know. And I think someone made a good point. When people are disgruntled about their job or their career path or wherever it may be, they'll just take it out on everybody and they'll just start selling everybody out. And that's the problem that we have, is that a lot of people in power treat their constituents like crap. So a lot of times, and I think it was a case in Apple when I was in Apple, an engineer, a software engineer, he pulled a knife on someone because he thought the guy was taking his, so to speak, idea or whatever he was doing, and that was in a workplace. So yeah, man, people, when they feel like they've been screwed over by their company, the job, the military, their pension, their retirement plan, yeah, man, it'll make people like snap and start selling out their constituents, selling out each other, and it can turn into a very violent scene. Now, this guy was former military. I'm just wondering, like, is this his first time? This can't be his first go around doing something this heinous. He's just probably his first time he got caught. But then again, it seemed like he was on this was death. Was a suicide by cop. He knew he wasn't gonna make it out of there alive. He knew he wasn't gonna make it out of there alive. But he definitely had deadly intent to take a lot more people out, because, like I said, they found a long gun with a suppressor. So that's scary. So he was gonna get on top of a building or something and start taking people out, like, what I'm saying, like a DC sniper was. Yeah, good point. Great man tactics. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's just something to think about, man. We don't really know who the enemy is now. And I think that's part of our own fault. When we open that border up, man, when we start letting people come through here and just letting them stay, and that whole visa thing, they should just get rid of that until we can clean up all this shit. If I was the president, I would get rid of visas. I would close the border up. I wouldn't. And a lot of this has to do with NAFTA, that North American Free Trade Agreement. When we started getting in bed with Mexico, sending all our products to be made in China and want to grow international business, all that kind of stuff, why would you get in bed with China, man? That was the dumbest mistake that we ever made, man. That was the dumbest move we ever made, outsourcing all this stuff to them. And now, here we are now, 2024. 90% of the shit in our house is made in China. Americans don't make nothing no more. We don't produce it anymore. We shut down all our Firestone, Schwinn, Bicycle, all these companies that were long time standing companies that I grew up with. Schwinn Bicycle was in Chicago, Illinois. Everybody wanted a Schwinn. I don't even know if these young kids even know what a Schwinn bicycle is, man. Like, that was the #1 bike. Everybody wanted the Schwinn Stingray back in the day. Firestone tires in Akron, Ohio, General Motors, and all these major plants. There was a lot of people working, making money, taking care of their family. You didn't have a lot of really crazy crime. But then once they outsourced everything and made everything not affordable, where the average American can't even feed their own family, I knew it was going to go bad. And that's why the boys in the South, the country boys, they still got a little piece of America going, because, first of all, a lot of the southern states are very, very poor when they rank them nationally. Because remember, the Civil War, a lot of people don't know this, when the Civil War happened, the North made it clear that they were going to suppress the South and never let them get back on top again, because they still wanted slavery. And so that was the payback, was like to basically like cut them off, cut their umbilical cord off from the rest of the country. And so that's why you see a lot of the southern states rank very, very low economically, nationally in our country. Like, for example, Louisiana is very poor, Mississippi is very poor, Arkansas is very poor, South Carolina, all these states are very, very poor. Now, with that being said, these states have some of the richest people in the world, especially in Louisiana. Don't let nobody fool you on that. There's some of the richest people in the world living in Louisiana that have property or investments in this state. And that goes for all the rest of the state. There's rich fucking people in Mississippi, filthy fucking rich people, but the average is not that great. Like, the median income in Louisiana is like 18,000 or something like that, 22,000. That's very, very low, man. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, the South still has an edge, in my opinion, and this is the edge they have. They can go out and hunt. They can go out and fish. They can go out and feed their family still. Gasoline is very low, okay? Buying homes is very low. Now, you got to still have the money and the income to make that happen. But one thing you ain't got to worry about is feeding your family. That's why everybody in Louisiana, what my neighbor said, either you eating everything or something's going to eat you. So alligator, turtle, crawfish, fish, deer, raccoon, possum, they eating all that, man. Birds, pheasant, they eating that. raising chickens. People are eating down here. They not starving now. When you move to the big cities out in the west and the northeast, you got people eating out of garbage cans. You see what I'm saying? So that's the one edge the South does have over the rest of the country, that they can still feed their families. But if that ever happened, I don't know if that would ever happen in the South, because the people down here, I truly believe, would not comply with government coming in here trying to change something or make some kind of crazy law where you can't hunt, fish, and all that kind of stuff. That would never happen down here. No, not in Louisiana. It's never gonna happen. No. James White. They just announced that he had help. Oh, so he had help. Okay, we get some information. Let's see. I heard also a bomb. So he definitely got that training from somewhere else. There's bigger than Nino Brown. Yeah, man. Well, I was a combat engineer at 12 Bravo, so I'm very adept with C4 plastic explosive deck cord. I know how to do all that shit. Claymores. I know how to use all that stuff. Well, Mark, gotta go charge my phone and eat lunch. Getting hungry now with you. Talking about eating chicken and gator. Yeah, I heard that. I'm getting a little hungry too. This dude was an honorable discharge. This dude was an honorable discharge from the Army. We have many cells in military and citizens here. Yep. What's your name? Eyes and Ears Tactical. What's your name? My name is Brown, man, Mark. So let's see here. That ain't happening in Kansas either. Only 2 million people here. They wouldn't even know where to start looking for the hunters. LOL. The FBI knows more than they are saying. He had plenty of help. Yeah, he definitely had help, man. I didn't want to just say I had facts on that, but he definitely had help for sure. He definitely had help, because, like I said, there was some witnesses said they saw people moving, some people moving the barricades. So, and where are those people at? You know, and I think they said he saw an ISIS flag in his back. Now, I'm just wondering, like, that's kind of weird too. Like, that kind of, see, that's just too much evidence right there. So you rolling around with the ISIS flag in your car, knowing that you was gonna probably delete yourself or get deleted. So what you put the flag in there for? It makes me wonder, like, but then again, ISIS like to claim a lot of the stuff they do. Unlike so was Al Qaeda, they try to hide and say they didn't do stuff, but ISIS they always claim what they do. So yeah, he could have been with the ISIS terrorist group, man. You just never know, man. You just never know. But I'll tell you what, guys, I'm gonna definitely look into carrying 2 firearms though moving forward. That's something I'm tussling them with that all night long, going like, man, do I need to start carrying 2 firearms? I'm gonna try to give it a shot one day, see how it feels, carrying 2 firearms. Okay, I was just asking, like, Reggie is Demcast name from there. Oh, my name is Mark, man. My last name is Brown. My friends call me Brown. James Walker. When you watch my video, I'll break it down. I just didn't know the name at the time. Okay, the flag was flying on a pole attached to a trailer hitch. Damn! Holy cow! If I saw that truck with that flag, I would immediately remove myself from the location. Yeah, and that's smart. Easy. Was that Easy 7700? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's smart. But where was the police at? They didn't see this damn flag. That's what I'm getting at. Like, all this shit that people be saying they saw, and you motherfuckers, what are y'all doing? Eating donuts? You got beignets all powder all in your mouth. Like, what the fuck was they doing? Y'all, the whole point of police in the French Quarter is supposed to observe and report. That means you're supposed to be watching everything. What are they doing? They see, a lot of the times they be chilling. That's the problem. They be chilling, sitting in their cruisers, watching YouTube videos probably, or getting at some females on the side. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, the police be getting at women too, man. They be picking up on chicks and stuff and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm thinking, like, you're supposed to be observing and report. You're supposed to be watching people's interactions and looking how they move and, you know, seeing stuff that look out of place, that don't look normal. So when this dude running around with a ISIS flag on his truck, man, that should have set a red flag up, man. This is crazy, man. How'd they not see the damn flag for real? Looking at drunk ladies. Hell yeah, that's what they be doing, because they be doing the whole throwing the bees. They do this shit all year round down there. Cause I was down there for the Christmas parade, and we went and got something to eat, and there was some drunk girl, like, it was and there was some guys on the top, and they were partying, and they were throwing bees down, and she was showing her breasts and all that kind of stuff. So they do that shit all year round. That ain't even just for Mardi Gras. Them chicks be showing they little tatas and all year round just for some damn beads, you know. So the police, I don't know what the fuck they was doing, man. If they didn't see this stuff, and then their reaction time was so slow, like, And so the means tell me that they weren't doing their jobs, man. And that's why I keep telling y'all, man, don't depend on law enforcement, man. Don't depend on 911. You're gonna have to save your own self. That's the bottom line. There is no way these people had no chance at taking this guy out, because I guarantee you, if he mowed down 30 people and shot at 2 cops, everybody was running and cowering and hiding behind a car, and nobody had a gun on them. So, because to be honest with you, a lot of the real ones, they don't go down to those events. A lot of people who are firearm owners that hunt and fish and cattle ranch or whatever they do, work work at the refineries and whatnot. Those hard-working men and women, they don't go out to French Quarter at 2 in the morning to celebrate New Year's. They're at their house eating food and kicking it and being merry and having a good time. So some of our best people are not at these events. What I mean by best people are people who actually are not afraid to put that iron on them. We don't really be out at those hours and at those events. That's the other edge that the bad guys have. They know, like, all the real ones, they ain't gonna be out there. It's gonna be all the passive aggressive folks. So this is something to think about, man. That's why I stopped going drinking. Yeah. That's what I do. I drink at home a lot, man. I don't go out really that much. And like I said, I'll do some day drinking, possibly, like go out with my wife and we'll have, like I said, I don't really drink and drive, but I ain't going front. I have had a cocktail and still drove, but like, I'm not shit-faced drunk and drive. But any level of drinking and driving is still not good. But yeah, I've been known to drink a little bit and drive. Now I'm gonna sit here in front. I ain't no angel. That's why I stopped drinking. Yeah, King Jen said the damage that could be done with an agricultural drone spraying toxic shit would be the next level. Hope that doesn't happen, because it's probably fairly easy to do. Man, you brought a good point up with all these drones, and they're illegal, by the way, in the French Quarter, and a lot of areas. I was in California, they're illegal too, by all the beaches and stuff like that. You got to get a permission, FFA. You got to register your drone with FFA. There's a lot to it in California to fly a drone. I don't know about down here. Dr. T, stupid things happen during stupid hours. I hear you, Dr. T, but I mean, I don't know if being out at midnight on New Year's Eve in the French Quarter is stupid. I mean, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna blame the victims. I don't know if that was stupid. What my point is that how are we gonna blame people for trying to celebrate, bringing the new year, trying to, maybe somebody just got engaged, or someone just got a new promotion at a job. Someone just came from off of being homeless, and they want to go out and celebrate. They got their first apartment, just bought their first brand new car. I mean, it's a celebratory time of the year. Want to leave 24 in the past, just moving forward. We're springing forward with new things and new hopes and ambitions, and then this happens. So I know what you're saying, Dr. T, because that's one of my famous quotes is like, nothing good happens after midnight. However, I'm not going to blame people for being out after midnight, because that shouldn't happen. Like these targeted shootings, when a goon wants to chase down a goon that did something bad to him, walks right up to him, walks him down, puts one on his forehead, that's different. This is a terrorist attack. So this could happen at any time, daytime, nighttime, midnight. It's not like he just chose probably this time because he knew it'd be more soft targets out there. But yeah, these large areas, I mean, themed amusement parks, I mean, it wouldn't take much to really to strike mayhem on American citizens, because the fact of the matter is a lot of us are anti-gun. Most Americans are not really pro-gun. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. And so the bad guys know that. The terrorists know that. They know that the average American citizen, they know a lot of Americans have guns, but the bulk of the guns are bought by the same people. We don't have like every single person owns a gun. Well, there's a lot of guns in America, but a lot of people own a lot of guns. Like there's dudes that own over 200 firearms. There's women that own over 50 firearms. There's guys who own over 60 firearms. There's guys who own over 70, 80, 90 firearms. So when they come up with those numbers of how many guns are in America, the fact of the matter is a lot of them are by the same people, really. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of criminals in our country, and they can't own firearms. So they got their rights revoked from owning a firearm for whatever crime they may have done. So these criminals, they don't really follow any kind of guidelines or rules. So they go get a gun and use it how they want to use it. So that's what we're up against, man. We're fighting against the lawmakers and the criminals and the naive people all at the same time. That's a lot to fight against. You got the laws fighting against it, working against you. You got the criminals working against you, and then you got the naive non-gun owners working against you. So it puts us in a really, really tough position. It makes us kind of like barricade ourselves in our homes and kind of lay low, because when we go outside, we got so many things working against us, man. Like it's really tough, man. It's a tough position that we're in. Welcome to the Novos Ortum Seclorum. Okay. Dr. T, you remind me of John from Active Self-Protection Channel. Stupid people doing stupid things at a stupid time. Yeah. Like it was a riot, yeah. Considering that threat level is in this country from internal terrorist, large events are a problem. So I stay safe, stay away. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, bro. One of my friends has 2 safes full of guns. What's this one? 3 safes. Guns are a good investment. Hell yeah, they're a good investment. They're definitely a good investment. Because like I said, if something really, really was supposed to pop off, and you have to barter or move to a different area, those guns would be like currency for the most part. You'll be able to barter that for food, gasoline, propane, even ammunition. You can literally trade a gun for a bunch of ammo. So that's why it's good to have multiple firearms in multiple calibers, and you know, if not, have 2 or 3 9mm. So in case you got to get rid of one, you still got a couple 9s left. Get 2 or 3 shotguns in case you got to get rid of one. And so that's the theory behind having multiple firearms. Guns are a good investment. But man, yeah, I just want to come in, and if I hear any more information, I'm gonna the ATF raided the gun tuber. Well, what gun tuber? That's a good brother, man. Yeah, we live in a time now where the average citizens better be ready to protect and serve. James Mark just dropped a video about loving guns. Oh, okay. Yeah, James, man, you definitely be dropping fire content, man. The Alert Zone TV, definitely. Hit the like button when y'all come in here. But I'm going to set this live down in a few minutes here. Country, take care, Tack. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah. Hi, name is Mark Chopper TV. His name is Mark Chopper TV. Okay. I'll check him out. My pops is a firearm instructor in New York and probably has over a dozen handguns alone. His shotguns and rifles, I have to guess he has at least 30. Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of people own guns, man, you know. But the problem is, though, the really good gun owners, the guys that really go out there and train and do the right thing, we don't go out at night. We don't go out to these venues. We don't go out. And so that's why you see innocent people get mowed down and get chopped down. Their life get chopped down short, because those are the people who don't really feel they need to have a gun. They just feel, just because I'm in that French Quarter, I have the right to do this. I should be able to just drink and party. And that's that American naive mindset of like, I'm just minding my business, doing my own thing. Why would somebody bother me? Exactly. You are the target, motherfucker. That's because of that. Because you got your head in the dirt, thinking that nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, bro. Texas is the #1 state with civilian gun ownership. Yeah, well, I wouldn't doubt that, but I wouldn't be thinking that that's the only state where people own a lot of guns. I'll tell you that right now. I just moved from California. There's a shit ton of people who own guns in California. I can tell you that right now. It's 44 million people in California. Come on, man. Texas ain't the only place. You're exactly right. I didn't go out last night because of this stuff like it. Hell no. I had plenty of videos of range time shooting 7, 10, 15 yards. Okay. Wicked Like Creations 5951. I'm gonna check you out. But yeah, man, I told my wife, I said, yeah, after we went to the Sugar Bowl parade, I was like, man, let's get up out of here real quick and head back home. So I stopped by the grocery store, grabbed a steak and some crab, and y'all saw my little video I put up, and we came home. I grabbed some calamari too. Fried up some calamari, the rings and tentacles, and we had that for an appetizer. Then we had the Dungeness crab, and then steak with baked potatoes and Brussels sprouts. So we had a really nice time staying in our backyard, you know, listening to music, country music, and listening to music and hanging out. And the fireworks is all going all over the place, and all the neighbors are out watching the fireworks. So we just stayed in our own little circle, our own little block, and just stayed low. But again, I'm not going to blame these people for being out at 3 a.m. celebrating New Year's. I'm just not going to do that. That's not going to happen for me, man. I'm not blaming those people, man. They did nothing wrong. The only thing they did wrong was try to enjoy their life. And this asshole came in there, taking people's lives, mowing them down, injuring them. And I mean, 15 is just too many. But boy, that could have been a lot worse, man. And the reason why I keep bringing it up because he used an automobile. And if anybody's ever been to the French Quarter, people walk in the street. So there's certain streets that they don't let cars go down. So once he broke through that barricade, there's nothing but bodies in front of you, man. This is New Year's, bro. French Quarter is packed on a regular day. So you can imagine how many people were out there. This 3 in the morning, that ain't shit. There was tons of people out there. There ain't no reason to stop them. People in New Orleans don't stop partying at 2 in the morning. That shit goes on into the daylight, damn near. Especially if you on vacation and you here for a big bowl game and you trying to kick it and party. Your ass ain't gonna be locked up in no hotel morning to morning. You're gonna be out and about. So once again, how can you counter affect this if this dude had help from law enforcement, or he had help from the military, or he had help from other civilian Americans helping him do this terrible massacre? That's what we can't go up against. We can't predict where that's going to come from. But what we can do is be armed and be ready. Now, one might think you got all this NOPD all through the French Quarter. Where the fuck were you guys at, man? Man, maybe we didn't just have motherfuckers walking down the street with M6 with AR-15s. The police just I don't know what the answer is, but I can tell you right now, NOPD, they are going through some shit right now, dude. They city is under siege, bro. Since I've been down here, it's been nothing but shootings and shootings and shootings all the time. And this is 2 or 3 of them in the French Quarter. So it's a hot zone right now, and they're being tested. Their police department is definitely being tested. I'm not going to just blame NOPD because this is happening in New York, Germany, all these little weird little incidences that are happening. I don't even think they're weird. I think they're all connected. And I definitely believe it's coming from China. China has a lot of money. In case somebody doesn't know, China is very, very rich. They have a lot of wealth. They have a long reach. They're brutal. They're ruthless. That's why people, you think about it, they got 1 billion people in China, and they all are submissive. They bow down to their prime minister. They don't speak out against him. Why do you think that is? Because they cut heads off. They chop heads off. They don't play. When you speak out against them, you come up short. They know they all got ties back to the homeland. Every Chinese person in America, hear me out. I know this for a fact because I grew up in the Bay Area around a bunch of Chinese people. One of my best friends, Kenny Wong, Chinese. I think I told y'all a story about how he said, man, I can't do that because they'll tie us back to China. Well, what the fuck, tie you back to China? What? He goes, oh no, we even say when you come here from China, you still Chinese. I said, really? He goes, oh yeah, you Chinese American, but you Chinese first. I went, what? He goes, oh yeah, every last one of us, we're still tied to China. If they tell us to come back, we got to go back. I said, what if you don't want to go back? He said, well, then that'll be the last time you see me alive. I went, what? And so when he told me that story, I was done with China. They're ruthless, bro. It's a very ruthless, cutthroat nation. Their government, their structure is ruthless, man. You just got to spend time talking to some of these people, and they'll tell you if you can get someone that want to tell you, because they are very paranoid. They don't like cameras and being recorded. And you think about this for a minute. All these news reports and terrorist attack and domestic violence and all this kind of stuff. How come you never see nobody Chinese? Anybody thought about that? You never see this happening to Chinese people. You know why? Because it does happen, but it's Chinese on Chinese crime. See, no one wants to talk about that. Chinese people terrorize their own people in this country, just like Mexican people terrorize their own people in Mexico. Okay, every culture terrorizes its own group, particularly if they're immigrants. So the Venezuelan, those Venezuelan, what's that little group, that little Trinidad, whatever gang, whatever, when it was in Aurora, Colorado, who did they terrorize? Another Venezuelan immigrant. So that's part of the problem right there. So even when the immigrants do get over here, they're being told what to do by the bad people from their home country. They're not being told what to do by an American thug or American crook or American punk. They don't. They're being pimped out, extorted, and threatened by their own people. So that's a hard hill to climb, and that's why our border should have been shut down a long time ago. The cops were hiding. Hell yeah, they were probably hiding. Imagine if that truck was full of armed goons going Rambo. It's crazy, man. That's what I was just saying. Could you imagine if 5 or 6 dudes jumped out with assault rifles, with AR-15s and 5.7s or pistols and blah 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 blah. They could have, this would be probably the largest massacre in the history of the United States if they really wanted to really go in hard last night. So we gotta wonder, and that's why the FBI jumped in real quick, and that's why they're being really hush because they know it's more to this, and that's why they canceled that football game. Now I'm not sure if they actually canceled it. Somebody tap in. I got a word that they postponed it, but maybe they did cancel it. But this is not the end of this story. I can't wait to get off this and get some more information. I might come back live again if I have to. If I find some really good information, I'll come back live again. I don't want to do a video because it's just too long. I'd rather do a live so I can hear you guys talk about stuff. Yeah, shit's crazy, man. It totally is crazy, man. It totally is crazy. But like I was saying is that that's why carrying the PCC around is gonna be critical, man. I'm be honest with you, man. Let me cut through the chase. Might have to start having carrying plates. Might have to start carrying the plate carrier around in the car. I mean, that sounds crazy, man. And might have to start carrying the plate carrier around with plates up in here. So when you see something like that happen, now granted, it would be impractical to carry this whole goddamn thing around in a backpack with you. But if you was in your car at a stoplight and you saw some shit pop off, boy, whoop, and then be ready to go. Because remember, having resistance is going to keep you alive. I don't know if it's going to save your life, but it's going to definitely back them up off of you because nobody wants to get shot. That's why you saw that dude jump out, shot at the police. Yeah, he didn't want to get shot, so he shot first. And that's going to have to be the mindset moving forward. If you see somebody jumping out about to create a heinous crime, man, you might have to start taking them down, man. We can't allow that to be happening, man. It can't allow that to be happening. So it seems like a trial run for something worse. Yeah, that's what what was that? 1982 Productions, man. I totally agree with this. This just seemed like hey, let's see. It was definitely a crash out. He was a crash out dummy. He was for whatever reason. Maybe somebody had some dirt on him, was going to expose him and screw his life over. They said, man, this is your way out. Or we going to do this to you or, whatever it may be. But it seemed like he was a crash out dummy. It doesn't seem like he's the mastermind. I don't think so. We need to be like Israel where citizens are strapped with handguns and ARs in these events. Yeah. Sarah Adams was talking about this on the Sean Ryan podcast. Yeah, Sarah, I know you're talking about. I watched Sean Ryan. Yep. Vertex bags have a slot for a plate. Oh yeah, 9 milli, man. Drop that link. I heard about that. So you can put plates actually in the backpack. Yeah, that. Thank you, man. I'm going along that line. That's what I'm thinking about. Something like that. Maybe not a whole plate carry, but plate in the bag. Yeah, you're right. That's a good idea. Stephen Hunt at Christopher Campbell. She sure was, fam. Yeah. Complex around the NOP. I drove around the NOP Cruiser Complex Blackness. He drove around an NOPD Cruiser. He drove around an NOPD Cruiser. Complex Blackness said that the dude drove around an NOPD Cruiser. Now, was there an officer inside the cruiser? That's my next question. Where was the officer at? Man, this is a mess, bro. This is a mess, man. This is really, man, it's kind of a black eye on NOPD, man. Like, y'all should have 300 cops down there after everything had happened. Where the fuck was you at before it happened? I mean, come on, man. I was just downtown, James Walker, if you still in the building. I was at the Caesar Hotel Casino down the Riverwalk down there earlier the day before. I didn't see not one cop the whole fucking time. Not one cop. I drove by Tulane University, drove by the Superdome. I didn't see one cop. And that's the same thing in California. You just don't see them no more, man. They only show up with shit after shit happens. And a lot of that, I'll keep telling y'all, because they got wives, they got children, girlfriends, side chicks, all that shit. They trying to go home. They're not trying to really be out there like the Call of Duty warriors like they think they are. Yes, the officer got out and started running after the truck. It was too late. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. The police should have been sitting there with Ear Pro and SBR. Man, for sure, man. For sure. Who was that? Do Something Dip. Yeah. The frozen one. Yeah. In Israel, the military open carries ARs and shit. I wish, but over here, we would immediately be causing hysteria and identified as a threat. Yeah, I guess so, man. But, when I was in Wyoming, they do a lot of open carry in Wyoming and Utah and the Montana. And when you get into the country, the high country, the Dakotas and all up in there, it's not uncommon to go inside of a bank because you can carry a gun in the bank in Wyoming. When I first got in Wyoming, did that job, I was tripping because I went to the bank because we get per diem. I don't know if anybody know what per diem is. You get like a stipend for when you travel. When I was working at this energy company, and we have to go into the bank. And I was sitting on my per diem home, so I go in and do this is back in the day, do a bank transfer. And I remember this guy was in there, like old gentleman had a big ass fucking revolver on his hip. I was like, whoa! I was tripping. And when he left, and they said, "Oh, I'll see you later, Bob." Whatever. At the bank, so I said, "Damn, y'all, so you just carry a gun in the bank?" She goes, "Yeah, sir. It's an open carry state. You can do what you want. Yeah, it's no problem. We know him. He's a nice guy." I'm like, "Ooh." So, and Wyoming's a real cowboy state. So they guys come up, they got these stirrups on and all that stuff. They come into the gas stations. I think they were Flying J's back in Wyoming. They were Flying J's or Pilot or something like that. And they come out off the ranch, man, and they come in with their boots and they got their guns on their hips and stuff like that. And it was really refreshing, man. And like I said, don't feel nervous at all. If you ain't, think about this for a minute. If you ain't no crook, criminal, or bad guy, why would you be nervous with somebody that got a gun on them? I just find that really odd. Like, I don't, that my wife even tripped off that like last night when the fireworks were going on. I was just like, they were like, pop, pop, pop. And I was just like, she said, "Damn, none of this shit bother you?" I said, "Well, because I shoot guns, babe." So all these fireworks, she was jumping all over. I'm like, I said, calm down. And then you hear another pop, boom. I said, "That's a gun." She goes, "How could you tell a gun from a firework from that?" I said, trust me, that was a gun." And so, yeah, man, I don't have a problem with, now me, I would never open carry. But prior service, I wouldn't open carry, but prior service, it would be interesting to be essentially a first responder at all times, off duty, walking around with my AR slung over my shoulder. Yeah, I agree with you with the Frozen one. I'll say, King, of rest in peace to the victims of the New Orleans terrorist attack. Absolutely, guns and magnolias. Yeah, rest in peace. The Doctor, new subscriber. Hi, folks. What's going on, the Doctor? Welcome to the chat, man. We just over here just talking about, how we can keep ourselves safe and what could we have done to prevent what happened last night. Now, I will say this, though. Once he started barreling down the street, if somebody would have had a gun and squared up to the vehicle and let some shots off, pop, 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 it would probably have been less casualties. But once he started hitting people, it was game on. It was he had the upper hand, and that's why the police people gotta realize that a gun can do damage, but a car can do hella damage with a bad person behind the wheel, man. He just proved that last night. You can just mow people down with a vehicle, man. That's crazy to me. Like, so we got to keep understanding that you can be a victim in a lot of different ways. Don't just be worried about a gun all the time. Like the young man said. He said, "What if they?" That's why they don't allow drones in certain areas. And I know in California, you get that shit shot down quick in California because nobody fucks around with drones over there, man. And then, but think about it. We're gonna probably see a drone attack or something. Like he said, could you imagine if they put a poisonous gas on a drone and drove it around? Man, check your, and matter of fact, 2025, check your carbon monoxide detectors, your smoke detectors, check all that stuff out. Make sure you got fresh batteries in them if they're working. I'm hearing a lot of people are dying from carbon monoxide poisoning. There was a famous lady or somebody died recently, carbon monoxide poisoning. They didn't check it. She went to some cabin at her property and fell asleep and didn't wake up. So make sure we check that out. I want to bring that up. And then, in Germany, I just mentioned that about Germany. Okay, hold on, let's go back up a little bit. I was at Denny's some years ago, and some bull riders came in there. The black dudes was like, "Damn right, son, I'm a bull rider." Yep. On bro, it's a Frozen one. It's crazy how in Germany the same thing just happened. It's not by accident. Everyone is worried about guns, and bad guys are using the fear of firearms to do more creative stuff. Absolutely. The Complex Blackness, the Rose Parade that they had over 1,000 cops uniform and undercover along their route. Yeah, they always, the Rose Parade always has major security. I've been to the Rose Parade a couple times. Yeah, they always crank it up big time down there for that. Well, 1,000 though. I don't know if I've ever seen 1,000 though. But let me go back to this Frozen one. He said in Germany accident. Yeah, man, everybody worried about a firearm. I mean, oh man, these people are using guns, they're using drones, they're using all kind of tactics and things to try to take you off the face of the earth, man. So we need to stop worrying about that. And here's another thing. I was gonna bring up is first aid and stop the bleed and tourniquet, man, chest seals. You need to have an IFAC system, some kind of IFAC system, first aid medical kit set up already, man. If you don't got that set up in 2025 and you own a gun, I find it odd that people who own guns don't even carry a tourniquet around with them. I carry a tourniquet with me everywhere I go, man. And I'm gonna show you something real quick. If you don't have a tourniquet, you need to have a tourniquet. But don't cheap out on your tourniquet. Make sure you get a really high quality tourniquet. This is the one I carry these kind, and the reason why I carry this because it has this metal rod right here. See, that's metal, and the cheap ones, this will be plastic. But when you go to ratchet down a tourniquet, remember, you're trying to, it's the two things this thing is supposed to do. Cut circulation off or stop bleeding, one of the two. So if you got a wound, you put it on there, you got to ratchet that thing down super tight to cut the circulation off or stop the bleeding. One of those two things have to happen for this to be used properly. So this is going to be painful. And if you never took a class on using these tourniquets, I suggest you take a class and learn. It's not what you think, dude. This is painful, boy. I went through a class today, man, and when they properly put a tourniquet on, and they take it off real quick, because, if you cut circulation off too far, you can lose the limb. But you'll be alive. That's the whole point of it. You might lose the limb, but you'll be alive because you stop the bleed. So take a class, and that time is not the name of the damn tourniquet. Someone asked me a long time ago, the time is, you always write the time down when you apply the tourniquet. And that's why I keep a Sharpie up in there. So that time is the time. And when you put your time on here, remember, when you put the time on your tourniquet, make sure you put it in military time. Because if you put regular standard time, we don't know what state you in, what you know what I'm saying? It causes confusion on actual time, but military time is universal. So you always so if it's 7 in the morning, you want to put 0700. If it's 7 p.m. at night, you want to put 1900 hours, okay? You add 12. So learn how to do military time, and then when you put that time on that tourniquet, make sure you put that in military time. This is a little pro tip for you, and you should always have this on you. And when I when I go out the door, this is in my pocket, and I usually have it set up where I can just easily put it on. But I did this different for some reason. I don't know why. The other one I have is already preset, so I got to preset this one. So when I rip it open, boom, it can be deployed quickly instead of feeding it through the loops and all that kind of stuff. But you need to take a look at your first aid setup and your IFAC. And the basic things you would need if you want to really help yourself, have a tourniquet, have chest seals, chest vent, stop the bleed, gauzes, and something that can pack a wound. So if you got a open wound, you want to pack that sucker, pack it, and keep pressure on it, and then you can probably save someone's life. So those are the 4 things that all that Band-Aid shit, man, don't worry about those. You can throw Band-Aids in there if you want to, but that ain't saving no life. That's like a finger cut or whatever. But you definitely want to have a tourniquet, stop the bleed, chest seals, chest vent, and packing gauzes. So pack a wound. And that'll be a great way to start off with your IFAC. And I'll do a video on mine later on another time. But I've been noticing that too, man. A lot of people don't even have medical stuff on them, man. It's crazy. Let's see here. No guns in England. Yeah, in England, that dude stabbed about 20 people with a knife. So there you go. Worry about a grid outage and all our infrastructure hackable. Have at least a few days of provisions. Absolutely. I got, in my garage, I got over 10 cases of water. I got all kind of dry goods and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready to blow stuff up too. I need a tourniquet. Yeah, got to get a tourniquet. Dr. T said I keep a tourniquet in my purse, car, and at home. Yeah. I do the same thing, Dr. T. So I got all my kits, not this kit, but all my my chest rig and my other plate carry. They all got IFACs, individual IFACs on each one of them. And then in my car, each car has, one of my cars has a huge, I don't know if y'all seen it, it's a first responder bag with a strap on it and everything. So that's like if I'm in traffic on a freeway and I see a car flipped over upside down. I've done this before. And you run over there and you want to help somebody, you grab that whole IFAC kit, and that thing has everything chuck full up in there, everything in there that you would possibly need. Israeli bandages, all that kind of stuff. And then I have a regular first aid kit for the other car. But when I get into that car, if I'm going to go a long distance, I'll bring that first responder bag in there. So I have a regular kit and then a first responder bag. So, and I've always had first aid kits around me anyway because I coached for so many years. So I was used to how I was carrying first aid kits, but they didn't have chest seals and chest vents and stop bleed kit and all that kind of stuff. Just basic stuff in there. So yeah, you want to definitely get your first aid on, and you want to do it quickly because I've been noticing a lot of stuff is creeping up. Like even these tourniquets, back in the day, they were a little inexpensive. These are really good ones right here. And I like the bright orange. So when EMT shows up, medic shows up, they can pick up that bright orange real quick and see what that tourniquet is. Whereas if you get black and somebody has all black on, you can see how that can blend in. You want to make it really visible for the EMTs when they get there. So you definitely want to get your first aid on. I got the medical training and equipment. Yeah, me too. 1982. Yeah, man. So I find it interesting that people, a lot of gun owners don't have gun safes. They don't have lock boxes for their vehicles. They don't have first aid kits. I just find that really odd. And then people they don't have multiple firearms out at night for home defense. I'm like, damn, dude, that's a lot of this stuff is really odd to me. Like, you know, in a country that has all these fucking guns and people running around and the border wide open and criminals running all over the place, and they just feel like, you know, they don't need a gun or this, that, and the other. I find that really hard to believe. But hey, let me draw a scenario real quick while we're still here. So let's go back to the French Quarter again. So let's say now you're running, this car is chasing you. If you have a firearm, what would you do? Like I said, if I'm just walking in the opposite direction, like I'm walking in the direction of the car coming to me, and I'm armed, and I'm in the French Quarter, and I see this, and I've already see this car mow down a bunch of people, I'm lighting it up. I'm not even hell. I'm lighting that car up. Blah, 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 blah. Now it'd be nice if several other people would be lighting that car up too. Just put rounds through that windshield. Bullets go through glass. I mean, that's one of the things I want to do in training. I want to go do a course where you can shoot through glass. I want to get familiar with that, like shooting through glass. You know what I'm saying? Because that might be a situation that might happen one day. You never know. You might be in traffic and some dudes jump out and just boom, and then you boom. You want to feel confident that you know how to shoot through glass. So that's another course I want to take, man. I'm just curious would anybody do the same thing? Fucking run, because my aim isn't John Wick. Yeah, do hollows go through glass? I'm pretty sure they do. They probably don't. They probably know. I don't know. The jacketed hollow points might fragment on impact to the glass. That's a good question. Do hollows go through glass? I can park a semi between those front teeth. What are you talking about? Whatever. It's always a hater. Kingpin. Yeah, but that's a good question. Do hollow points go through glass? That's a really good question, because if you're on your concealed carry, you're probably gonna have hollow points in it. So that's a good one right there. Pretty interesting. I might have to look into that one. Anybody got an answer for that one? Let me know. Does anybody know if hollow points go through glass? Does anybody know? Yeah, that's a good question. Do hollow points go through glass? I didn't really know about that. I imagine that they definitely known the fragment. The crown's gonna open up, so it may not actually penetrate. That's a good question right there. But man, that's what I want to know. Like, so what would y'all do? Would y'all turn if you had the tactical advantage and you saw the dude coming down the street mowing people down? Would you be afraid to pull out and try to stop the threat, or would you just run for you? Like, would you just run and get covered like everybody else, and hopefully law enforcement comes and cleans it up? But me personally, I think at that point, if I'm already seeing somebody running people over with a car, I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to try to put that person down, because that ain't gonna happen on my watch. Won't matter if the 17 of them go through the windshield. yeah, that's right. If you put enough of them down there, eventually it's gonna crack to that windshield. I'm still gonna shoot it even if I got hollow points, because like you saying, so like, yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna keep putting them through there, regardless if they go through it or not, for sure. Now, what I want to know is, who is going to be responsible for this guy getting through that barricade? Because the whole point is that the NOPD is supposed to be done to ensure the safety of all the people down in that quarter. Now, in theory, can they protect everybody? No, they can't. But my point is, The mere fact that this clown drove around NOPD to get through there, where was the front line at, man? That you just let this dude just drive right past you? This is crazy, man. I'm waiting to see more information on this one. Depends on variables, speed and distance. Yeah, speed and distance is gonna matter. Yeah, that's right. Speed and that's gonna matter for sure. It's gonna matter, and it's gonna be now the mere fact that the feds and Homeland Security and all of them are all over this one really quick, and then they're suppressing all the people giving testimony now. All of a sudden, it makes you wonder if this guy had, he had help, but we don't know where the help came from. Was it from another terrorist group or was it from law enforcement? Critical defense rounds, yeah. Critical defense rounds. You mean Hornady critical defense? Yeah, I know about those. The cops be scary. I've seen some of the people run like everyone else when shit hit the fans. Yeah. Yeah, okay, critical district. Okay, they go through glass. Is that what you're saying, Brandon? They go through glass. I think Brandon just answered that question. He said critical defense rounds go through the glass. So that's good to know. But man, hey man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man, because I gotta get something to eat right now. I'm getting a little hungry. But if I find out some more information or something dropping real quick, because I'm right here in New Orleans, so the media, I got my phone on with the notifications on, and they're live right now. WVUE Fox 8, they're live right now, so I'm gonna try to jump on there and see what's going on. Absolutely, that's why the feds carry them. Y'all be safe. Absolutely, Brandon, you be safe too. Primary checkpoint prior to the secondary line. Yeah, man, that was a big breach right there. That was a mistake right there, man. They fucked up on that. That guy should never be able to get through there. Now, if he wouldn't be able to get through there, what was his next plan? Because he said he had a long gun with a suppressor. So I'm kind of, man, it's a terrible catch-22. You mow down 30 people. Now we know 15 are unalive. But if he'd have been on top of a building with a suppressor he probably could have did more damage. I mean, this is crazy. Have a good New Year, guys. Stay strapped. Yeah, King, and you stay strapped too, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button before y'all leave if you haven't, man. Stay tuned. Like I said, I'm gonna drop some more information. I might go live again if it's worth it. But if not, I'll just clip some news clips and do a video. But this is not gonna be a go away situation. This is already made it to the Capitol Hill. It's already at the White House. This is huge, man. This is huge, man. So anyway, man, everybody stay blessed, stay strapped, and like I said, man, get your first aid on. And make sure you load up all your magazines. If you don't own a shotgun in 2025, I strongly suggest get you a shotgun for sure. What else? We need to also get lock boxes for our vehicles. Your PCC bag. Make sure it's not really super tactical. Make sure it's just a regular, non-discreet bag so people don't know what you got. Also, someone was saying, see if you can get metal plates inside of a back area because you may have to do that too. So you need to get that going. You need to get your medical on. Lock boxes, gun safes. I don't understand this, man. People got guns, don't got gun safes, man. Come on now. It's all further exposing how unprepared the general public is if there will be more to follow. Yeah, love you, bro. Salute. Yeah, do something different. Yeah, I got you too, man. Straight up, man. I appreciate all you guys. Kind of 2A veteran. What's going on, man? 100, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate everybody tapping in and supporting the channel. Hit the like button when you come in. Stay diligent. And again, man, like if you see something bad happening, man, don't be afraid to put somebody down that's taking someone's life, man. I'm not going to speak for law enforcement and the district attorneys, but I guarantee you, if a civilian would have put that guy down when they saw him immediately break that line, running people over, I think that person would be a hero, man. That person wouldn't be vindictive and saying like, why you got a gun in the French Quarter? That would be a situation where they would be glad that the person had a gun in the French Quarter. And I believe the no gun in the French Quarter is just basically a way to, let's say, to keep people who might want to come down there doing harm with a gun. I don't even know if it's designed for the average law-abiding citizen just to have a gun on them for self-protection. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to pan out, man. We're going to see it. It's going to be very interesting to see how that's going to pan out. And this is not just the French Quarter. This is like any metropolitan area with downtowns and shopping centers and stuff like that. like I said, man, I carry everywhere I go, even if it says no guns. I mean, not into federal buildings and airports, but any shopping area or anything like that, I'm carrying my gun, man. Just the way it's gonna be. And I'm gonna look into a second gun, man. Like I said, I'm looking at that G26. I'm gonna have to probably take a look at that and just go ahead and get that gun because I think I need to have 2 guns, man. But then the 43X seems it's thinner. I can probably put that on an ankle holster or something like that. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna do some research and probably see how they feel on my body first. I like to do all that before I make the purchase. 1984. A lot of people are afraid that it will get prosecuted for defending people. That's why a lot of people turn. Yeah, I get it. And also, like if you miss and you shoot somebody, an innocent person, now you're really in trouble, and that's where the training come in. But I think if it was a vehicle, and like if you was squared up to the car, like the car coming right at you, and you boom, 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 I mean, you have a very low chance of hitting somebody else. Hellcat Pro. I know everybody keeps saying that damn Hellcat Pro, bro. I hear you, Keith B. I just a Glock guy though, man. But I mean, I hear you. I ain't gonna hate. Cause I was looking at that little P365. Some girl at the range at the Shooters Club. She has a P365. That thing is small. But I was like, whoa, P365. That thing is small. But if I get the Hellcat Pro, then those mags don't work with my other gun. You say go shoot one. I'm definitely gonna shoot one because you said so. I'm definitely gonna do it. But then I gotta deal with the Springfield mags and all that. I kind of want to keep it on the Glock, keep it all in the Glock format because if I got that set, if I got the 19, I got the 34, I get the 26. All those mags work together. I ain't gotta buy no mags. I'm cheap, so that's what I'm trying to look at it from that perspective. But I have heard some good things about the Hellcat Pro. I think Sean Ryan gave one to that sniper, retired sniper guy. What's his name? That brother. I can't think of his name right now. His name's eluded me right now. Frozen One. I got the the 365X is fire, but also modified to my liking. Okay, need a 17 MOS doggy. Okay. I ain't mad at you. Glock 17. I had one. I sold it a long time ago. Keep that. That's my middle name and last initial. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a Glock 17 originally a long time ago. And then I was in Wyoming. I sold it. And then my next buy was a Glock 19. P65 comes in many sizes. The 48 is a slim 19. Yeah, I heard about that. That's a single stack, right, Dr. T? So that was a single stack. The Reaper, yeah, Nicholas. Yeah, Nicholas. Yeah, he had that. Sean Ryan gave him a Hellcat Pro, gifted it to him. Yeah, man. Nick Irvin. Yep, Nick Irvin. That's his name. Absolutely. His name eluded me, man. I think you probably like the P65X Macro. Okay. The first gun I ever bought was a little 380 single stack in 1990. Yeah, it's bigger in 17 rounds. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. I want the round count up, but the slim stack, like Dr. T said, that's kind of that 48 is bad because man, I've actually shot 48 before. But I'm gonna look at that Hellcat Pro. I'm gonna take everybody's suggestion and I'm gonna go by what feels best, because if you're carrying a second gun, you want it to be reliable and it's gonna have to be comfortable. And I just don't like going to another brand because then the whole mags and all that kind of stuff. Let me see. It's hard for someone who started on Glock to leave Glocks in because of the feel and the grip angle. Yeah, exactly, Fat Man. You're right, man. It's gonna be tough. Beltway Joe, I'm about to check out that DY9. What is the DY9? I don't know what that is. DY9 or is that DV9? That's DY9. Yeah, man. I'm really thinking about that 2-gun system, man. It's just kind of, along with the PCC, it's gonna have to be. That's just the way it's got to be, man. Moving forward, can't be taking no chances, man. Somebody jump out, man. You got to be ready to go. Yes, Glock is very reliable and compatible with so many aftermarket parts. I understand why you wouldn't want to switch. Yeah, I may get a Hellcat or a 365 or the new 4.0 Echelon. I ain't fucking with that Echelon. I heard some pretty bad things about them guns, but I ain't messing with that though. It's Turkish and sharp as hell. Okay. Oh, the DY9. Okay. Yeah, Turks, they make some good shotguns. I know they killing in the shotgun market. Yeah, they doing their thing. But man, let me get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. Let me go eat and then find out if I get some more information. Come back and let you guys know what I find out, what I hear. I'm really waiting for the FBI to do their little presser, see what they got to say, because they know something. When the feds come, it's all bad, man. It's all bad. And now you got this football game being delayed, and all these people down here for this, man. This is a mess, bro. This is an absolute mess. This is absolute mess. This is absolutely a mess, dude. This is a hell of a way to bring in 2024, 2025. And they, like I said, this was done intentionally to grab our attention, say, look, we can touch y'all whenever we want. And I think the message has been taken. I think now, if you ain't armed and you don't believe in guns and self-protection, boy, you better check this report out. You might want to change your mind. The doctor, yeah. Money on the table, yeah. Two-way veteran, peace out. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, man. Get armed up, man. Protect your family and stay safe, man. I appreciate everybody's tapping in, man. One love.